Introduction. According to a report published in a journal called The Lancet, high blood pressure affects about 1.13 billion people globally. Currently, 75 million people suffer from high blood pressure in the United States. High blood pressure was responsible for 410,000 deaths in 2014. Although family history and aging can increase your chance of having high blood pressure, an unhealthy lifestyle remains a primary cause. Lack of exercise, eating junk food, not drinking enough water, or lack of sleep can all lead to an elevated blood pressure. Although medicines can keep your blood pressure level normal, medicines alone aren't enough to treat your problem in the long run. With this book, you will develop a comprehensive understanding of high blood pressure and its ill complications so you can take the required preventive measures to keep it from getting worse. This book discusses the symptoms, causes, and treatment options for high blood pressure. It will help you learn more about beneficial lifestyle changes, the DASH diet plan, and herbal supplements that will allow you to take control of your health and start lowering your blood pressure for good. Chapter 1. What is high blood pressure? Simply put, high blood pressure is a condition in which the blood pressure increases to levels that are not healthy for you. Generally speaking, blood pressure is based on the amount of blood that is passing through the blood vessels and the amount of resistance that the blood meets when the heart is pumping. There are quite a few reasons that increase resistance. One of the main reasons is narrow arteries caused by a combination of genetic and lifestyle-induced factors. When the arteries are narrow, the resistance is higher, and in turn, this increases your blood pressure. High blood pressure is a silent killer because it often shows no obvious symptoms for a long time. It is estimated that 33% of those that have high blood pressure are not even aware they have the disease. However, high blood pressure cannot be taken lightly. If left untreated, it will cause serious damage to the heart and overall health. High blood pressure is often referred to as hypertension. Causes of high blood pressure. There are two types of hypertension, and they are primary hypertension and secondary hypertension. The causes and symptoms depend on the type of hypertension. Primary hypertension. Primary hypertension, also called essential hypertension, is believed to develop over time. An estimated 90% of hypertension cases are essential hypertension. Researchers are still looking for the causes of this type of hypertension, but they believe it is caused by one or more of the following factors. Aging. As we age, the risk of hypertension increases. For example, changes in the ability of our kidneys affect the amount of fluids and salts present in the body. These changes could cause our blood pressure to increase. Men are more likely to develop high blood pressure in their middle ages at around 45 years old. Women more often develop the disease in their 60s. Ethnicity. People belonging to some races are more prone to hypertension than others. Serious complications from high blood pressure are more common in African Americans. It has been observed that on average, African Americans develop the disease at a younger age than Caucasians. Family history. High blood pressure tends to run in families. If your parents have it, it is wise to avoid risk factors to lower your chances of developing the disease. Obesity. Poor lifestyle choices such as an unhealthy diet and lack of physical activities can increase body weight. When you are overweight, you need more blood to supply the organs with oxygen and nutrients. Since more blood is needed, the heart pumps harder and blood pressure increases. People who are obese are twice as likely to develop high blood pressure since they are also more susceptible to secondary hypertension due to high cholesterol. Smoking. Every time you smoke a cigarette, your blood pressure rises, but the greatest damage caused by smoking is to the arteries. Over time, the chemicals present in cigarettes can cause your arteries to narrow, thus increasing the pressure necessary to pump blood throughout the body. Too much alcohol. If you drink more than 3 glasses in one sitting, it will temporarily raise your blood pressure levels. If you are a binge drinker, alcohol will eventually lead to hypertension. Alcohol contains calories that will make you gain unwanted weight. Too much sodium intake. A diet high in salt disrupts the body's sodium balance and causes water retention. The increased amount of fluids raises blood pressure. Stress. While there is no proof that stress causes long-term hypertension, it certainly temporarily raises your blood pressure. It is the activities associated with stress, such as smoking, overeating, and lack of sleep, that eventually cause hypertension. The hormones produced by your body when you're stressed can also damage the arteries and increase blood pressure. Secondary hypertension. When the cause of high blood pressure is the result of a known condition or disease, it's called secondary hypertension. This type develops quickly and tends to be more severe than primary hypertension. You will have to take treatment right away to avoid complications. Some of the causes of secondary hypertension are drug use. Some drugs cause secondary hypertension. These include amphetamines, ecstasy, and cocaine. Kidney disease. The majority of people with kidney disease have high blood pressure. This is called renal hypertension, which is caused by a narrowing of the arteries that deliver blood to the kidneys. When they don't get enough blood flow, the kidneys react by acting as if they're dehydrated, releasing hormones that make the body retain sodium and water. The blood vessels fill with extra fluids, and the result is high blood pressure. Thyroid problems. Congenital heart defects. Side effects of certain medications. Symptoms of high blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure, you might experience the following symptoms: shortness of breath, even during regular activities; dizziness, chest pain, severe headache, extreme fatigue, confusion, blurry vision. If you have one or more of these symptoms, get an appointment with a doctor and understand the cause right away. Diagnosing high blood pressure. When you go for a blood pressure checkup, the nurse inflates a cuff on your arm with air and measures your blood pressure with a blood pressure monitor. If your blood pressure reading is higher than normal, the doctor may advise you to take more readings over the next few weeks to understand if your blood pressure is high and sustained. Sometimes your environment, stress, or just the fact you walked up a few stairs could increase blood pressure. This is why a doctor will not give you a hypertension diagnosis with just one reading. In addition to blood pressure reading, your doctor may also recommend a set of tests such as urine test, cholesterol screening, and an ECG of your heart. Based on the results of these tests, as well as at least 3 blood pressure readings over a period of time, your doctor will determine if you have hypertension or not. Values of blood pressure readings. The blood pressure reading is given as a ratio, for example, 120 over 80. This is read as 120 over 80. The first, or top number, is your systolic pressure, 120 millimeters of mercury, and the lower number is the diastolic pressure, 80 millimeters of mercury. Systolic pressure indicates the pressure on your arteries when your heart pumps out blood. Diastolic pressure is the pressure on your arteries between your heartbeats. Hypertension is diagnosed if your blood pressure reading goes beyond a threshold limit. Any blood pressure that is less than 120 over 80 is normal. If your systolic pressure is between 120 to 129 and the diastolic pressure is under 80, you will fall in the elevated group. No medications are recommended, and your doctor will advise you to change your lifestyle. When the systolic pressure is between 130 and 139 and the diastolic pressure is between 80 and 89, you're in stage 1 hypertension. When the systolic pressure is higher than 140 and the diastolic pressure is higher than 90, you're in stage 2 hypertension. If your systolic blood pressure is more than 180 and your diastolic pressure is more than 120, you have to get to the hospital right away. You require immediate medical attention. Chapter 2. Hypertension Complications. Hypertension can cause the quiet deterioration of your body over the years, though it may take a long time for the symptoms to show. Uncontrolled hypertension can cause complications that are life-threatening. If you suffer from hypertension, it's imperative you visit your doctor for routine checkups. Here are some of the most common complications experienced by high blood pressure patients. Cardiovascular diseases. The high pressure being exerted on artery walls can damage blood vessels and the heart over time, causing cardiovascular disease. Stroke. Hypertension may lead to the damaging and narrowing of the arteries that supply the brain. In worst-case scenarios, the arteries are cut off, leading to stroke. In fact, 2/3 of those who suffer their first stroke have elevated blood pressure. Heart failure. High blood pressure causes the heart to work harder in order to pump blood through the body. The heart muscles thicken and weaken in time, and the heart may not be able to pump properly, resulting in heart failure. Arrhythmia. High blood pressure can lead to disturbances in the heart's electrical signals, causing heartbeat irregularities. Aneurysm. This is when the walls of the arteries weaken and burst, which causes internal bleeding. Diabetes. Diabetes and hypertension have a strong connection. High blood pressure can worsen diabetes complications such as neuropathy and retinopathy. People with diabetes need to keep their blood pressure at 130/80 or lower in order to prevent further complications. Kidney disease. An estimated 30% of all cases of end-stage renal disease or kidney failure are caused by high blood pressure. Those who have been diagnosed with both diabetes and hypertension should closely watch the condition of their kidneys. Dementia, memory loss. Uncontrolled high blood pressure can lead to diminished capacity to think, learn, and remember. Loss of vision. High blood pressure can also affect a person's vision. The blood vessels in the eyes can be torn, narrowed, or thickened, causing vision problems. Sexual dysfunction. Men who have high blood pressure may develop erectile dysfunction. It was previously thought that the drugs used for hypertension treatment caused the erection problems, but the evidence now suggests that hypertension itself is the cause. Chapter 3. Medicines and Supplements for High Blood Pressure. If you are diagnosed with high blood pressure, your doctor will prescribe medication to keep your blood pressure level normal. The following are medicines commonly prescribed. They are either meant to dilate the arteries or reduce water content in the blood to lower blood pressure and the heart's workload. Medications for high blood pressure. Diuretics are used to help the kidneys eliminate sodium and water in the body, thus reducing blood volume. Angiotensin-converting enzyme, ACE inhibitors. They help relax blood vessels by inhibiting the formation of a group of specific molecules that make the blood vessels contract. Angiotensin II receptor blockers, ARB, also help relax blood vessels by stopping the action of the group of molecules that narrow the vessels. Beta blockers slow your heart rate and make the heart beat with less force. Calcium channel blockers, CCB, inhibit the movement of calcium into muscle cells in the heart and arterial walls, which widens the blood vessels and lowers blood pressure. Vasodilators open blood vessels by relaxing muscle cells in the vessel walls. Long-term use of these medications may have harmful side effects. If you are taking hypertension medication, it is important to visit your doctor for an annual physical exam. Herbal medicines. Herbal medicines have been used to treat illness for ages. Some herbs have been reported to have anti-hypertensive properties. Garlic has been studied extensively for its various health benefits. Alicillin, the sulfur-containing compound in garlic, can lower blood pressure and protect the heart. Studies have shown that patients who were given garlic tablets for a period of 2 months had decreased blood pressure levels. Celery is a popular treatment for high blood pressure in China. Celery juice is mixed with honey, and 8 ounces of the mixture is taken 3 times a day for 1 week. Compounds in celery relax muscle cells and vessel walls, which explains its effectiveness in lowering blood pressure. Hawthorn berry offers heart health benefits, including the prevention of clots, reduced blood pressure, and improved blood circulation. It can be taken as tea. Cat's claw is used to treat hypertension and neurological problems too. It reduces blood pressure by working on the calcium channels in muscle cells. It can be taken in supplement form and is available in most health stores. Vitamin and mineral supplements. You don't need to take vitamin supplements if you're already eating a well-balanced diet, such as the DASH diet. However, if you feel you aren't getting enough vitamins and minerals in your diet, here's a list of supplements that can help maintain normal blood pressure. Vitamin D. If you are deficient in vitamin D, you are more prone to hypertension. Studies have shown that vitamin D supplements can lower the risk of high blood pressure. Unlike other nutrients, vitamin D is produced by our bodies when we are exposed to sunlight. If you are getting at least 20 minutes of sun exposure a day and eating a balanced diet, you probably don't need vitamin D supplements. Magnesium. This mineral is closely linked to blood pressure. The recommended dosage of magnesium per day is 320 milligrams for adult women and 420 milligrams for adult men. Magnesium can be found in spinach, kale, soybeans, nuts and seeds, and salmon. Coenzyme Q10. Some people with hypertension are deficient in CoQ10, which is also known as ubiquinone. CoQ10 is an essential molecule produced by our bodies, which our cells use to produce energy. Natural sources of CoQ10 include salmon, tuna, beef, chicken, peanuts, and broccoli. Potassium. This mineral works by reducing the amount of fluids in the body and countering the effects of sodium on blood pressure. Potassium can be found in green vegetables such as spinach and kale, bananas, orange juice, white beans, sweet potatoes, and more. Herbal medicines and dietary supplements are alternative treatments to battling high blood pressure. Before taking herbs and supplements with your prescribed medications, consult your doctor to make sure the combined effects are not excessive. Chapter 4. A Healthy Lifestyle to Lower Blood Pressure. While medications can lower your blood pressure, a healthy lifestyle is key to eradicate the risk factors of hypertension and maybe even lower the dosage of your medication. This chapter shows you how to break bad habits and build healthy habits to lower your blood pressure naturally and boost your energy levels. Keep a track of your blood pressure levels at home. It's about time you get yourself a blood pressure monitoring device to help you keep tabs on your blood pressure on a regular basis. This device can alert you to large fluctuations in your blood pressure levels. There is a wide range of blood pressure monitors available online and in stores. Ask your doctor for suggestions as to which model you should purchase. Getting a blood pressure tracking device doesn't mean skipping regular doctor's visits. When your blood pressure is under control, you might not have to visit your doctor as often. However, if your blood pressure levels remain high, talk to your doctor immediately. Watch your weight. Studies have shown that weight loss can lower the risk of high blood pressure. In addition, weight loss lowers the risks of other illnesses, such as type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, and heart disease. If you are overweight, losing 5 to 10% of your body weight can significantly reduce your high blood pressure. A good way to determine if you are overweight is by checking your body mass index, BMI, which measures your weight against your height. A BMI between 25 and 30 is considered overweight, 30 or more is obese. You can track your BMI using an online BMI calculator. For those with high blood pressure, a BMI of 25 or less is ideal. The simplest way to lose weight is by eating fewer calories and increasing energy expenditure. Eating healthy foods and exercising are two proven ways to lose weight and keep it off. Eat a heart-healthy diet. When you have high blood pressure, heart health becomes very important. You will need to eat a balanced diet which focuses on fruit, vegetables, whole grains, and other kinds of food that are low in cholesterol, fat, and salt. Supermarkets often have healthy sections where you can buy mayonnaise without fat, chips and nuts with less cholesterol, and sweet foods with no sugar added. These are good for your health and still taste delicious. One of the popular diets recommended by doctors to control high blood pressure is the DASH diet plan, which will be discussed in Chapter 5. Exercise. Keep that body moving. Regular physical exercise lowers high blood pressure, keeps your heart strong, and helps you lose weight. The type and intensity of exercise you can do depends on the condition of your health. Before you embark on a workout plan, consult your doctor first. Getting aerobic exercise and elevating heart levels at least 3 times per week for 20 minutes at a time is a great way to improve your heart health and physical condition. Whether you walk, hike, bike, run, jog, or take aerobic classes, you will enjoy the benefits of better health. You can also include strength training in your daily routine, but take care not to strain yourself in the process. To keep exercise interesting, there are other workouts you can do. Yoga is a terrific way to relieve stress, and dancing is a fun way to torch calories. Reduce sodium intake. Many studies have shown that individuals who consume more salt have higher blood pressure. High sodium interferes with the body's fluid balance by holding excess water in the blood, causing elevated blood pressure, which puts extra strain on arteries and heart. On average, Americans consume about 3,400 milligrams of salt per day, well above the American Heart Association's recommendation of 2,300 milligrams. Lowering one's sodium intake can significantly reduce high blood pressure. Here are a few suggestions for lowering salt consumption in your diet. A large portion of the sodium we eat comes from processed foods, so limit your intake of processed foods, including fast foods. Read the daily value, DV, of sodium on packaged foods. Foods with a sodium DV of 5% or less are considered low sodium, while foods with more than 15% DV contain more sodium than your body needs. Avoid adding extra salt to your dishes. 1 teaspoon of salt contains about 2,300 milligrams of sodium. Opt for foods with high potassium, such as vegetables and fruit, to counter the effects of sodium. Don't drastically cut your sodium intake, as it can have an adverse effect on your appetite. Reduce your sodium intake gradually. Reduce your stress levels. This one is, of course, a no-brainer. We all know how chronic stress contributes to an unhealthy body and mind. Bouts of stressful activities or anxiety can raise your blood pressure, causing you to feel restless. Take some time out to relax and prioritize your life. There's a chance you might have more on your plate than you can chew. Take occasional breaks from work and indulge in favorite activities, like swimming and running, or treat yourself to some good food. Here are some more tips to help you reduce stress. Don't expect too much from yourself. Give yourself enough time to manage everything. Try not to control things when they change and accept it graciously. Make sure you are getting enough sleep each night. One of the biggest mistakes people make is to cut back on sleep with the hope of getting more done. But this often does not work and only leads to even more stress. Your body has to have a certain amount of sleep every night. Do not deprive yourself of sleep in some confused hope that it will help reduce stress. Identify your stress triggers. These may include heavy traffic, people who talk negatively, or constant criticism. Give yourself some time to figure out how you can start detaching from them. Take at least 15 minutes each day to practice deep breathing. You can also try some meditation techniques to quiet your mind. Expressing gratitude towards others can have a calming effect on you, thus helping you relieve your anxiety problems. Get support from your loved ones. You may not realize this, but just being around loved ones can make a large difference in your overall health, and this includes blood pressure levels. When you are in the comforting company of those who you are close to, your stress levels go down, and as a result, you are less likely to suffer from blood pressure fluctuations. You can also look for a social media support group that can provide you with a morale boost and offer you with some valuable tips to improve your condition. Quit smoking. We all know how smoking is injurious to our health, but it is particularly harmful for your blood pressure levels. The nicotine in cigarettes raises blood pressure and heart rates. Long-term smoking may damage the arteries and harden artery walls. This is especially harmful to the cardiovascular system if you already have high blood pressure. Quitting smoking is no easy feat. The following tips will help you stop it for good. Jot down the reasons why you want to quit. It is bad for you is often not enough motivation for people to quit. To be highly motivated, you need a powerful reminder to counteract the strong urge to smoke. Maybe the thought of a stroke or lung cancer alarms you, or you want to limit your family's exposure to secondhand smoke. Whatever the reason, make sure it is something about which you are passionate. Don't quit cold turkey. You might be tempted to toss all of your cigarettes away and declare your resolve to quit smoking once and for all, but going cold turkey isn't as easy as it sounds. Over 95% of the people who try to suddenly stop smoking without any form of therapy or medication wind up relapsing sooner rather than later. Without cigarettes, the body experiences nicotine withdrawal symptoms, such as headaches, drowsiness, anxiety, and irritability. Nicotine gum, patches, lozenges, or nicotine-rich prescription medications can help minimize nicotine withdrawal symptoms. Don't go it alone. Tell your family, friends, and even your coworkers about your plan to quit smoking. Their encouragement will help you succeed. Manage stress. One of the common reasons people smoke is to relieve stress. If you are planning on quitting, you need new ways to deal with stress. Yoga, listening to music, or massage sessions can help you deal with stress. Avoid all triggers. Some activities, including drinking alcohol, can trigger the urge to smoke, so try to limit alcohol when quitting smoking. If you are used to smoking after meals, find something else to do after meals, like take a walk or brush your teeth until the urge subsides. Don't give up. Most smokers relapse a few times before quitting for good. If you have a relapse, analyze the circumstances leading to the relapse and use it as an opportunity to reaffirm your dedication to quit smoking for good. Set a date and try again. Adopting lifestyle changes is not as easy as it sounds, but it's worth your best effort. A good strategy is to make one small, sustainable change at a time and strive to get a little bit healthier every day. High blood pressure shouldn't keep you from living your life to the fullest. Chapter 5. Introduction to the DASH diet. The DASH diet was developed in line with medical research. The original intent of this eating program was to lower blood pressure. In fact, that's what DASH stands for. Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension, DASH. In addition to the benefit of lowering blood pressure, many people who follow the DASH diet lose weight because of the healthy foods the diet recommends. A brief history of the DASH diet. In the mid-90s, large-scale studies were conducted at prestigious universities and medical centers to find new diet plans to help hypertension patients lower blood pressure. These studies, combined with follow-up studies and research, led to the development of the DASH diet plan. Today, the DASH diet is recommended by several important organizations, including the American Heart Association and the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute. The recommendations in this diet are the basis for U.S. dietary guidelines, and most doctors prescribe the DASH plan to patients who are battling high blood pressure. The DASH diet takes a scientific approach to good health, not by counting calories or measuring grams of fat, but with a holistic approach toward choosing the foods that are most likely to keep a body healthy. Key principles of the DASH diet. The DASH diet focuses on long-term healthy eating habits. The diet doesn't force you to starve or battle constant cravings. Instead, it focuses on understanding food groups, controlling portion sizes, and making sure you get optimal levels of potassium, calcium, magnesium, fiber, and protein. The diet focuses on certain food groups for specific reasons. Fruit and vegetables give you the magnesium and potassium your body needs, and low-fat dairy products provide calcium. Every food you eat should have a purpose, and that's the most important principle of the DASH diet. Eat well, so you feel well. Here are some additional points to remember when you're following the DASH principles. Reduced sodium intake. The DASH diet as a whole aims to reduce sodium consumption. We've discussed that when you have too much sodium in your diet, it increases the risk for high blood pressure. The standard DASH diet recommends 2,300 milligrams of sodium a day. You can follow another version called the low-sodium DASH diet, which aims for 1,500 milligrams of sodium daily. The lower version is recommended for African Americans, for adults over 51, or for those with high blood pressure or diabetes. Low calorie. Vegetables and fruit are low in calories. The DASH diet's reduced servings of grains and fats also helps limit calorie consumption. Low in cholesterol. Since the DASH diet recommends small portions of lean meat, it is basically a low-fat diet. It is recommended you trim the skin and fat from chicken before cooking and steam, bake, or broil instead of deep frying. Low in saturated fats and trans fats. Saturated fats and trans fats are bad for our health in general. The DASH diet limits saturated and trans fats and encourages healthy unsaturated fats. Nutrient-rich and high in fiber. Fiber binds cholesterol and prevents it from entering the bloodstream. The DASH diet plan provides all of the vitamins, minerals, and fiber we need to be healthy and manage blood pressure. Vegetables and fruit are high in fiber, potassium, magnesium, and vitamins A, B, C, and D, and E. Dairy is rich in calcium and protein, while meat is a source of iron, protein, and zinc. The DASH diet for lowering blood pressure. A major culprit of elevated blood pressure is salt, or sodium, and that's the target of the DASH diet, to eliminate excess sodium in your body and replace it with nutrients that are far more beneficial. Foods rich in potassium and magnesium have been found to help your body naturally reduce blood pressure. According to scientific studies, the DASH eating plan is just as effective as many blood pressure medications. What to eat on the DASH diet? Healthy, high-fiber grains that are low in sugar are a great way to start on the DASH diet. These include whole grain cereals and breads, brown rice, and whole wheat pasta. Next, aim for 4 or 5 servings of fruit and vegetables every day. Recommended vegetables include lettuce, cabbage, celery, carrots, spinach, squash, broccoli, cucumbers, tomatoes, and mushrooms. Recommended fruit includes blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, apples, pears, bananas, avocados, citrus fruit, melons, and mangoes. You can have milk, yogurt, and cheese too. Just be sure to watch out for added salt and sugar in these products. Nuts and legumes are also a big part of the DASH diet. Get your protein from beans, eggs, and lean meats. In addition, the DASH diet encourages fish such as salmon, tilapia, and mackerel. Transitioning to the DASH diet. Changing your eating habits needs to be done gradually. Here are a few suggestions to help you make an easy transition to the DASH diet. Keep a journal and track your eating habits. What do you eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? How often do you eat in between meals, and on what are you snacking? Figure out where you need to make changes from your journal. For example, add a cup or 2 of vegetables and fruit to help reduce too many servings of meat. Limit your sodium and sugar by reading the nutrition fact label on food packages. When shopping, choose low-fat, non-fat, no sugar added, no cholesterol, and other healthier versions of products. For grain servings, choose whole grains, such as whole wheat bread and whole grain cereals. If you love butter or margarine, decrease the amount you use by half and switch to no cholesterol and low sodium versions. You can also use spices as a substitute for salt. Experiment with different herbs if you're not sure how they taste. Some examples of spices you can try are rosemary, basil, nutmeg, parsley, sage, and thyme. The 34 delicious DASH diet recipes in the following chapters will help you make dietary changes, lower your blood pressure, and lose weight. Chapter 6. DASH Diet Breakfast Recipes. These breakfast recipes follow the DASH diet plan for lowering your blood pressure. The meals are full of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy dairy products. Start the day off with one of these scrumptious meals, and you'll reduce your risk for cardiovascular problems and weight gain. Multi-grain hot cereal. Yield 8 servings. Preparation time 5 minutes. Cooking time 55 minutes. Total time 1 hour. Ingredients: 1/2 cup pearl barley, 1/2 cup red wheat berries, 1/2 cup brown rice, 1/4 cup steel cut oats, 3 tablespoons quinoa, 1/4 teaspoon kosher salt, 1½ quarts of water. Directions: add all ingredients to a saucepan, stir to mix and bring to a boil. Reduce the heat to low and allow to simmer for 45 minutes, giving it an occasional stir. The cereal can be refrigerated and reheated for quick breakfasts or snacks throughout the week. Nutritional information per serving: calories 118, fat 1 gram, saturated fat 0 grams, carbohydrates 23.6 grams, fiber 4.3 grams, sugar 0.6 grams, protein 4.0 grams, sodium 74.6 milligrams. Berry bowl. Yield 2 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes. Total time 15 minutes. Ingredients: 2 cups frozen blueberries, 1/3 cup unsweetened almond milk, 1/4 cup fat-free plain Greek yogurt, 2 tablespoons unsweetened whey protein powder, 1/4 cup fresh blueberries. Directions: in a blender, add blueberries and pulse for about 1 minute. Add almond milk, yogurt, and protein powder and pulse until desired consistency. Transfer the mixture into 2 serving bowls, dividing evenly. Serve topped with fresh blueberries. Nutritional information per serving: calories 160, fat 1.8 grams, saturated fats 0.2 grams, carbohydrates 23.5 grams, fiber 3.7 grams, sugar 16.1 grams, protein 15.3 grams, sodium 70 milligrams. French toast casserole. Yield 2 servings. Preparation time 10 minutes. Cooking time 2 minutes. Total time 12 minutes. Ingredients: 2 whole wheat bread slices cubed, 2 teaspoons unsalted margarine softened, 1 cup egg whites slightly beaten, 2 tablespoons applesauce, 2 tablespoons almonds chopped. Directions: in a microwave-safe bowl, mix the cubed bread and margarine. Top the egg whites evenly and drizzle with the applesauce. Microwave on high for about 1 minute. Remove from microwave and push away the edges of egg whites with a spoon. Microwave for about 1 minute more. Remove from microwave and divide into 2 portions. Serve warm, topped with almonds. Nutritional information per serving: calories 207, fat 7.9 grams, saturated fat 1.1 grams, carbohydrates 15.5 grams, fiber 2.8 grams, sugar 4.2 grams, protein 18.2 grams, sodium 299 milligrams. Veggie scramble. Yield 4 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes. Cooking time 20 minutes. Total time 35 minutes. Ingredients: 1/2 cup chickpea flour, 2 tablespoons nutritional yeast, 2 teaspoons mustard, 1/4 teaspoon paprika, 1/4 teaspoon ground turmeric, 1/8 teaspoon ground cumin, freshly ground black pepper to taste, 1/3 cup water, 1½ cups cooked chickpeas, 2 tablespoons fresh parsley chopped, 1 garlic clove minced, 1 tablespoon olive oil, 1/2 bell pepper seeded and chopped, 1/2 onion chopped, 1 cup cherry tomatoes halved. Directions: in a food processor, add chickpea flour, nutritional yeast, mustard, spices, and black pepper, and pulse until well combined. With motor slowly running, add water and mix until smooth mixture forms. Add chickpeas and pulse until finely chopped. Add parsley and garlic and mix well. In a large skillet, heat oil on medium-high heat. Add bell pepper and onion and sauté for about 5 to 6 minutes. Add chickpea mixture and cook, stirring continuously for about 3 to 4 minutes. Add tomatoes and reduce heat to medium. Cook for about 10 minutes, turning tomatoes at the 5-minute mark. Nutritional information per serving. Calories 235, fat 7 grams, saturated fat 0.6 grams, carbohydrates 34 grams, fiber 10.2 grams, sugar 7.3 grams, protein 12 grams, sodium 17 milligrams. Oat and nut granola. Yield 22 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes. Cooking time 25 minutes. Total time 40 minutes. Ingredients: 1/4 cup applesauce, 1/4 cup canola oil, 1 1/2 teaspoons vanilla extract, 6 cups old-fashioned rolled oats, 2 cups bran flakes, 1 cup almonds slivered, 3/4 cup walnuts chopped, 1/2 cup unsweetened coconut shredded, 1 cup raisins. Directions: preheat oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Lightly grease a baking sheet. In a small pan, over low heat, add applesauce, oil, and vanilla extract. Cook for about 5 minutes, stirring occasionally. Add remaining ingredients except for raisins and stir gently to combine. Transfer the mixture onto a prepared baking sheet. Bake for about 25 minutes until golden brown, stirring occasionally. Remove from oven and set aside to cool. Add raisins and stir to combine. Granola may be preserved in an airtight container. Nutritional information per serving. Calories 197, fat 9.5 grams, saturated fats 1.3 grams, carbohydrates 25 grams, fiber 4.1 grams, sugar 5.9 grams, protein 5.3 grams, sodium 28 milligrams. Quinoa porridge. Yield 4 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes. Cooking time 25 minutes. Total time 40 minutes. Ingredients: 2 cups unsweetened soy milk, 1 cup uncooked quinoa, rinsed, 1/4 teaspoon vanilla extract, pinch of ground cinnamon, 1 date pitted and chopped very finely, 1 cup banana peeled and sliced. Directions: in a pan, combine milk, quinoa, vanilla, and cinnamon on low heat. Cook, stirring occasionally for about 15 to 20 minutes. Remove from heat and stir in chopped date. Top with banana slices and serve. Nutritional information per serving. Calories 263, fat 4.9 grams, saturated fat 0.6 grams, carbohydrates 45.2 grams, fiber 4.9 grams, sugar 10.8 grams, protein 10.5 grams, sodium 65 milligrams. Mushroom muffins. Yield 6 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes, cooking time 30 minutes, total time 45 minutes. Ingredients: 1 teaspoon olive oil, 1 1/2 cup fresh mushrooms chopped, 1 scallion chopped, 1 teaspoon garlic minced, 1 teaspoon fresh rosemary minced, freshly ground black pepper to taste, 1 12.3-ounce package light firm silken tofu drained, 1/4 cup unsweetened soy milk, 2 tablespoons nutritional yeast, 1 tablespoon arrowroot starch, 1 teaspoon unsalted butter softened, 1/4 teaspoon ground turmeric. Directions: preheat oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Grease a 12-cup muffin pan. In a nonstick skillet, heat oil on medium heat. Add scallion and garlic and sauté for about 1 minute. Add mushrooms and sauté for about 5 to 7 minutes. Stir in rosemary and black pepper and remove from the heat. Keep aside to cool slightly. In a food processor, add tofu and remaining ingredients and pulse until smooth. Transfer tofu mixture into a large bowl. Fold in mushroom mixture. Spoon mixture evenly into prepared muffin cups. Bake for about 20 to 22 minutes or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. Remove muffin pan from oven and place on wire rack to cool for about 10 minutes. Carefully invert muffins onto wire rack and serve warm. Nutritional information per serving. Calories 88, fat 4.2 grams, saturated fat 1 gram, carbohydrates 7.3 grams, fiber 1.4 grams, sugar 1.9 grams, protein 7.2 grams, Sodium 21 milligrams. Chicken quiche. Yield 8 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes. Cooking time 45 minutes. Total time 1 hour. Ingredients: 1 teaspoon olive oil, 1/2 cup onion sliced, 2 garlic cloves minced, 3 cups small broccoli florets, 2 cups cooked chicken chopped, 2 large eggs, 4 large egg whites, 1 1/4 cups fat-free milk, 1 cup fat-free cheddar cheese shredded, freshly ground black pepper to taste, 1 tablespoon low-fat Parmesan cheese shredded. Directions: preheat oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Grease a 9-inch pie plate. In a skillet, heat oil on medium heat. Add onion and garlic and sauté for about 2 to 3 minutes. Add broccoli and chicken and sauté for about 1 to 2 minutes. Transfer mixture to prepared pie dish. In a bowl, add eggs, egg whites, milk, cheddar cheese, salt, and black pepper, and beat until well combined. Pour egg mixture over chicken mixture and top with Parmesan cheese. Bake for about 40 minutes or until top is golden brown. Remove from oven, cut into 8 equal-size wedges and serve. Nutritional information per serving: calories 190, fat 7.9 grams, saturated fat 3.8 grams, carbohydrates 7.7 grams, fiber 1 gram, sugar 5.3 grams, protein 2.1 grams, sodium 210 milligrams. Chapter 7. Dash Diet Lunch Recipes. When you're looking for Dash Diet lunch recipes, you're looking for food that's healthy but filling. There are many fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins that combine to make fresh, tasty, and healthful meals that you can eat at home or at work. These recipes will give you a bolt of energy in the middle of the day and feed your body with the vitamins, nutrients, and ingredients that it really needs and craves. Sautéed mixed mushrooms. Yield 3 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes. Cooking time 15 minutes. Total time 30 minutes. Ingredients: 3 tablespoons extra virgin olive oil, 3 portobello mushrooms sliced, 6 ounces shiitake mushrooms stemmed and sliced, 8 ounces button mushrooms, 1 tablespoon fresh ginger minced, 5 garlic cloves minced, 1 dried red chili crushed, 2 teaspoons coconut aminos, 1 teaspoon sesame oil. Directions: in a skillet, heat 1 tablespoon of olive oil over medium heat. Add portobello mushrooms and cook for 4 to 5 minutes, stirring occasionally. Transfer the mushrooms into a large bowl. In the same skillet, heat 1 tablespoon of olive oil over medium heat. Add shiitake and button mushrooms and cook for 5 to 7 minutes. Transfer the mushrooms into a large bowl with portobello mushrooms. In the same skillet, heat remaining oil over medium heat, add ginger, garlic, and red chili, and sauté for 1 minute. Add the mushroom mixture, coconut aminos, and sesame oil, and stir until well combined. Cook for 1 to 2 minutes. Serve hot. Nutritional information per serving: calories 211, fat 15.6 grams, saturated fat 2.2 grams, carbohydrates 15.8 grams, fiber 3.4 grams, sugar 5.6 grams, protein 4.2 grams, sodium 100 milligrams. Cabbage and broccoli salad. Yield 4 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes. Total time 15 minutes. Ingredients: for dressing: 1 tablespoon shallot minced, 1/3 cup of olive oil, 2 tablespoons fresh lemon juice, 3 drops liquid stevia, freshly ground black pepper to taste. For salad: 1 1/4 cup broccoli florets chopped, 1 1/4 cups cabbage shredded, 6 cups romaine lettuce chopped. Directions: in a bowl, add all dressing ingredients and beat until well combined. Keep aside. In another large bowl, mix all salad ingredients together. Add dressing and toss gently to coat well. Serve immediately. Nutritional information per serving: calories 174, fat 17.1 grams, saturated fat 2.5 grams, carbohydrates 6.2 grams, fiber 1.9 grams, sugar 2.2 grams, protein 1.6 grams, sodium 20 milligrams. Vegetable sandwich. Yield 4 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes. Total time 15 minutes. Ingredients: 1 avocado peeled, pitted, and chopped, 1 large tomato sliced, 1/2 cup red onion sliced thinly, 8 romaine lettuce leaves chopped, 8 whole wheat bread slices toasted, 1/4 cup Dijon mustard. Directions: in a large bowl, mix avocado, tomato, onion, and lettuce. Evenly divide and spread Dijon mustard on each slice. Evenly divide and place avocado mixture over 4 slices. Cover with remaining slices. With a knife, carefully cut sandwiches diagonally and serve. Nutritional information per serving. Calories 267, fat 12.4 grams, saturated fat 2.5 grams, carbohydrates 31.7 grams, fiber 31.7 grams, sugar 5.4 grams, protein 9.5 grams, sodium 440 milligrams. Turkey lettuce wraps. Yield 4 servings. Preparation time 25 minutes. Cooking time 20 minutes. Total time 45 minutes. Ingredients: 1 tablespoon olive oil, 1 cup onion chopped, 3/4 pound lean ground turkey, 1 cup fresh mushrooms chopped, 1/2 tablespoon fresh ginger minced, 1 tablespoon soy sauce, 1/2 tablespoon cayenne pepper, 1/2 tablespoon ground cumin, 8 large romaine lettuce leaves, 2 tablespoons fresh cilantro leaves chopped. Directions: in a skillet, heat oil on medium heat. Add onion and sauté for about 4 to 5 minutes. Add turkey and cook for about 6 to 8 minutes, stirring occasionally. Add mushrooms, ginger, tamari, cayenne pepper, and cumin and cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. Remove from heat and set aside. Arrange lettuce leaves onto serving plates. Place turkey mixture over each lettuce leaf evenly. Top with cilantro and serve. Nutritional information per serving. Calories 174, fat 9.6 grams, saturated fat 2.4 grams, carbohydrates 4.8 grams, fiber 1.2 grams, sugar 0.4 grams, protein 18.1 grams, sodium 317 milligrams. Bean burgers. Yield 6 servings. Preparation time 20 minutes, cooking time 25 minutes, total time 45 minutes. Ingredients: 1/2 cup walnuts, 1 carrot peeled and chopped, 1 celery stalk chopped, 4 scallions chopped, 5 garlic cloves chopped, 2 1/4 cups cooked black beans, 2 1/2 cups sweet potato peeled and grated, 1/2 teaspoon red pepper flakes crushed, freshly ground black pepper to taste, 10 cups fresh baby spinach, 1/2 cup fresh pomegranate seeds. Directions: preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Line a baking sheet with parchment paper. Add walnuts to food processor until finely ground. Add carrot, celery, scallion, and garlic and pulse until finely chopped. Transfer vegetable mixture to a large bowl. In the same food processor, add beans and pulse until chopped. Add 1 1/2 cup sweet potato and pulse until chunky mixture forms. Transfer bean mixture into bowl with vegetable mixture. Stir in remaining sweet potato and spices and mix until well combined. Make 8 patties for mixture. Arrange patties on prepared baking sheet in a single layer. Bake for about 25 minutes. Divide spinach and pomegranate seeds evenly into 8 servings. Place each serving on a plate. Top each plate with 1 burger and serve. Nutritional information per serving. Calories 326. Fat 5.9 grams. Saturated fat 0.5 grams. Carbohydrates 55.1 grams. Fiber 13 grams. Sugar 9.1 grams. Protein 16.6 grams. Sodium 64 milligrams. Chicken kebabs. Yield 10 servings. Preparation time 20 minutes. Cooking time 12 minutes. Total time 32 minutes. Ingredients: 3 tablespoons low-sodium soy sauce, 3 tablespoons applesauce, 3 tablespoons balsamic vinegar, 2 tablespoons olive oil, 3 tablespoons fresh ginger chopped, 3 tablespoons fresh garlic chopped, 1 teaspoon red pepper flakes crushed, 3 cups skinless, boneless chicken cubed, 2 1/4 cups fresh pineapple cubes, 2 red bell peppers seeded and cubed. Directions: in a large bowl, mix soy sauce, applesauce, vinegar, oil, ginger, garlic, and red pepper flakes. Add the chicken and generously coat with a marinade. Cover and refrigerate for about 2 to 3 hours. Preheat grill to medium-high heat. Grease grill grate. Thread chicken, pineapple, and bell pepper onto skewers. Grill for about 10 to 12 minutes or until desired doneness, flipping occasionally. Nutritional information per serving. Calories 129, fat 4.3 grams, saturated fat 0.8 grams, carbohydrates 10 grams, fiber 1.2 grams, sugar 6 grams, protein 13.3 grams, sodium 293 milligrams. Stuffed bell peppers. Yield 4 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes. Cooking time 25 minutes. Total time 40 minutes. Ingredients: 1/2 pound shiitake mushrooms, 1 cup celery stalk, 2 garlic cloves peeled, 1/2 cup walnuts chopped, 2 tablespoons olive oil, pinch of salt, freshly ground black pepper to taste, 4 small red bell peppers halved and seeded. Directions: preheat oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Grease baking sheet. Remove stem and seeds from the bell peppers. In food processor, add mushrooms, celery, garlic, walnuts, oil, salt and pepper, and pulse until finely chopped. Stuff bell peppers with mushroom mixture. Arrange bell peppers onto prepared baking sheet. Bake for about 20 to 25 minutes. Nutritional information per serving: calories 232, fat 16.7 grams, saturated fat 1.6 grams, carbohydrates 19.6 grams, fiber 4.3 grams, sugar 8.6 grams, protein 6.1 grams, sodium 199 milligrams. Green beans and tomato combo. Yield 6 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes. Cooking time 17 minutes. Total time 32 minutes. Ingredients: 2 teaspoons olive oil, 1/4 teaspoon fresh lemon peel, finely grated, pinch of freshly ground white pepper, 3 cups grape tomatoes, 2 pounds fresh green beans trimmed, 1 tablespoon fresh parsley chopped. Directions: preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. In large bowl, mix lemon peel, oil, and white pepper. Add cherry tomatoes and toss until well coated. Transfer tomato mixture into a roasting pan. Roast for about 35 to 40 minutes, stirring once halfway through. Meanwhile, place steamer basket in a pan of boiling water. Place green beans in steamer basket. Cover and steam for about 7 to 8 minutes. Drain well. Divide green beans and tomatoes and place on serving plates. Sprinkle with parsley and serve hot. Nutritional information per serving: calories 77, fat 1.9 grams, saturated fat 0.3 grams, carbohydrates 14.4 grams, fiber 6.3 grams, sugar 4.5 grams, protein 3.6 grams, sodium 17 milligrams. Chapter 8. Dash Diet Snack Recipes. Fruity Nut Bars. Yield 24 bars. Preparation time 10 minutes. Cooking time 20 minutes. Total time 30 minutes. Ingredients: 1/2 cup quinoa flour, 1/2 cup oats, 1/4 cup flax meal, 1/4 cup wheat germ, 1/4 cup chopped almonds, 1/4 cup dried apricots, 1/4 cup dried apricots, 1/4 cup dried figs, 1/4 cup honey, 2 tablespoons cornstarch. Directions: preheat the oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. In a large bowl, combine all ingredients and mix thoroughly. Spread mixture in a 1/2 inch thick layer in a parchment-lined sheet pan and bake for 20 minutes. Let cool and cut. Nutritional information per bar: calories 53.8, fat 1.3 grams, saturated fat 0.1 grams, carbohydrates 9.7 grams, fiber 1.4 grams, sugar 4.7 grams, protein 1.4 grams, sodium 1.4 milligrams. Roasted chickpeas. Yield 4 servings. Preparation time 10 minutes, cooking time 30 minutes, total time 40 minutes. Ingredients: 1 15-ounce can low-sodium chickpeas, rinsed and drained, 1 tablespoon extra virgin olive oil, 1 teaspoon dried marjoram crushed, 1 teaspoon ground cumin, 1/2 teaspoon cayenne pepper, 1/4 teaspoon ground allspice. Directions: preheat oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Arrange rack in upper third of the oven. Pat chickpeas dry with paper towels. Add oil, marjoram, and spices and toss to coat. Spread chickpeas onto rimmed baking sheet. Bake for about 25 to 30 minutes, stirring once midway through. Remove from oven and set aside to cool on baking sheet for about 15 minutes. Nutritional information per serving: calories 147, fat 6 grams, saturated fat 0.9 grams, carbohydrates 16.7 grams, fiber 5.2 grams, sugar 0.6 grams, protein 7.1 grams, sodium 0.2 milligrams. Deviled eggs. Yield 6 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes. Cooking time 20 minutes. Total time 35 minutes. Ingredients: 6 large eggs, 1 medium avocado peeled, pitted, and chopped, 2 teaspoons fresh lime juice, pinch of salt, 1/8 teaspoon cayenne pepper. Directions: in a pot of water, hard-boil eggs cooking for about 15 to 20 minutes. Drain water and let eggs cool completely. Peel eggs and slice in half vertically with a sharp knife. Scoop out yolks and transfer half of them to the bowl. Add avocado, lime juice, and salt, and mash with fork until well combined. Fill egg halves with the avocado mixture. Sprinkle with cayenne pepper, and serve. Nutritional information per serving: calories 140, fat 11.5 grams, saturated fat 2.9 grams, carbohydrates 3.3 grams, fiber 2.3 grams, sugar 0.6 grams, protein 6.9 grams, sodium 99 milligrams. Tomato bruschetta. Yield 6 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes. Cooking time 4 minutes. Total time 19 minutes. Ingredients: 1/2 whole grain baguette cut into 6 1/2-inch thick slices on the diagonal. 3 tomatoes chopped. 1/2 cup fennel chopped. 2 garlic cloves minced. 1 tablespoon fresh parsley chopped. 1 tablespoon fresh basil chopped. 2 teaspoons balsamic vinegar. 1 teaspoon olive oil. Freshly ground black pepper to taste. Directions: preheat the oven to broil. Arrange rack and top portion of the oven. Arrange bread slices on baking sheet in a single layer. Broil for about 2 minutes per side. Meanwhile, in bowl, add remaining ingredients and toss to coat. Divide tomato mixture evenly and place on each slice of toasted bread. Serve immediately. Nutritional information per serving: calories 94.5, fat 1.5 grams, saturated fat 0.1 grams, carbohydrates 18 grams, fiber 2.5 grams, sugar 1.0 grams, protein 3.7 grams, sodium 176 milligrams. Apple cookies. Yield 7 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes. Cooking time 15 minutes. Total time 30 minutes. Ingredients: 1 cup instant oats, 3/4 cup whole wheat flour, 1½ teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon ground ginger, pinch of ground cloves, pinch of salt, 1 large egg, 1/2 cup applesauce, 2 tablespoons unsalted butter melted, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1 cup apple peeled, cored, and finely chopped. Directions: in a bowl, mix together oats, flour, baking powder, spices, and salt. Add remaining ingredients to a second large bowl except for apple and beat until well combined. Add flour mixture to egg mixture and mix until just combined. Fold apple in gently. Chill in refrigerator for about 30 minutes. Preheat oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Line a cookie sheet with parchment paper. With tablespoon, place mixture onto prepared cookie sheet in a single layer. Flatten each cookie slightly using hands. Bake for about 13 to 15 minutes. Remove from oven and keep on wire rack to cool in pan for about 10 minutes. Carefully turn onto wire rack until completely cooled. Nutritional information per serving: calories 140, fat 4.7 grams, saturated fat 2.4 grams, carbohydrates 21.6 grams, fiber 2.1 grams, sugar 5.4 grams, protein 3.3 grams, sodium 60 milligrams. Chapter 9. Dash Diet Dinner Recipes. When the dinner bell rings, it's time to fill up on delicious comfort food that won't compromise your health goals. Whether you're setting a table for one or calling the entire family to the table, make sure you have something good to serve. These Dash Diet Dinner recipes aren't complicated or time-consuming. Make a little extra if you want to have leftovers for lunch the next day. Grilled steak. Yield 2 servings. Preparation time 10 minutes. Cooking time 25 minutes. Total time 35 minutes. Ingredients: 2 steaks, your choice of cut. 1 cup spinach, chopped. 1 tablespoon olive oil. 2 tablespoons red onions, diced. 2 tablespoons feta cheese, crumbled. 2 tablespoons panko breadcrumbs. 1 tablespoon diced sun-dried tomato. Salt and pepper to taste. Directions: preheat grill to medium-high heat. Use a skillet to sauté the onions in the olive oil for 5 minutes. Add the remaining ingredients, except the steaks, and stir for 2 minutes. Take off the stove and let sit. Grill the steaks to desired doneness. Top each steak with the spinach mix. Cook in the broiler until the top turns brown. Nutritional information per serving: calories 531, fat 33.2 grams, saturated fat 12.2 grams, carbohydrates 37.8 grams, fiber 1.6 grams, sugar 0.9 grams, protein 22.7 grams, sodium 582 milligrams. Vegetable stew. Yield 5 servings. Preparation time 20 minutes. Cooking time 25 minutes. Total time 45 minutes. Ingredients: 2 tablespoons olive oil, 1 large onion chopped, 2 garlic cloves minced, 1/4 teaspoon fresh ginger finely grated, 1 teaspoon ground cumin, 1 teaspoon cayenne pepper, freshly ground black pepper to taste, 2 cups low-sodium vegetable broth, 1½ cups small broccoli florets, 1 cup cabbage shredded, 2 large carrots peeled and sliced, 1 teaspoon fresh lemon zest finely grated. Directions: in a large soup pan, heat oil on medium heat. Add onion and sauté for about 3 to 4 minutes. Add garlic, turmeric, ginger, and spices and sauté for about 1 minute. Add 1 cup of broth and bring to a boil. Add vegetables and bring to boil once more. Cover and simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes, stirring occasionally. Serve hot, topped with lemon zest. Nutritional information per serving: calories 96, fat 5.9 grams, saturated fat 0.8 grams, carbohydrates 9.6 grams, fiber 2.6 grams, sugar 3.7 grams, protein 2.5 grams, sodium 62 milligrams. Salmon curry. Yield 4 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes. Cooking time 15 minutes. Total time 30 minutes. Ingredients: 1 tablespoon olive oil, 1 small onion chopped, 2 garlic cloves minced, 1 teaspoon fresh ginger minced, 1 large tomato peeled and chopped, 1/2 tablespoon curry powder, 1/4 cup water, 1 1/4 cups fat-free plain Greek yogurt whipped, 1 1/2 pounds skinless salmon fillets cut into 2-inch cubes, 1/4 cup fresh parsley chopped. Directions: in a large skillet, heat oil on medium heat. Add onion, garlic, and ginger and sauté for about 3 to 4 minutes. Add tomatoes and cook for about 2 to 3 minutes, crushing with the back of a spoon. Add curry paste and sauté for about 2 minutes. Add water and yogurt and bring to a gentle boil. Stir in salmon and cook for about 5 to 6 minutes or until desired doneness. Serve hot, garnished with parsley. Nutritional information per serving: calories 322, fat 14.5 grams, saturated fat 2 grams, carbohydrates 8 grams, fiber 1.4 grams, sugar 4.8 grams, protein 41.4 grams, sodium 117 milligrams. Lentil and spinach chili. Yield 8 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes. Cooking time 2 hours 10 minutes. Total time 2 hours 25 minutes. Ingredients: 2 teaspoons olive oil, 1 large onion chopped, 3 medium carrots peeled and chopped, 4 celery stalks chopped, 2 garlic cloves minced, 1 jalapeno pepper seeded and chopped, 1/2 tablespoon dried thyme crushed, 1 tablespoon chipotle chili powder, 1/2 tablespoon cayenne pepper, 1 1/2 tablespoons ground coriander, 1 1/2 tablespoons ground cumin, 1 teaspoon ground turmeric, freshly ground black pepper to taste, 2 tablespoons tomato paste, 1 pound lentils rinsed, 8 cups low-sodium vegetable broth, 6 cups fresh spinach, 1/2 cup fresh cilantro chopped, 1/2 cup sour cream. Directions: in a large pan, heat oil on medium. Add onion, carrot, and celery and sauté for about 5 minutes. Add garlic, jalapeno pepper, thyme, and spices and sauté for about 1 minute. Add tomato paste, lentils, and broth and bring to a boil. Reduce heat to low and simmer for about 2 hours. Stir in spinach and simmer for about 3 to 4 minutes. Stir in cilantro and remove from heat. Serve hot, topped with sour cream. Nutritional information per serving: calories 309, fat 6.1 grams, saturated fat 2.3 grams, carbohydrates 44.8 grams, fiber 20.1 grams, sugar 4.1 grams, protein 19.4 grams, sodium 144 milligrams. Stuffed chicken breast. Yield 4 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes. Cooking time 24 minutes. Total time 39 minutes. Ingredients: 4 4-ounce skinless, boneless chicken breast halves pounded to 1/2 inch thickness. Pinch of salt. Freshly ground black pepper to taste. 1/4 cup Kalamata olives, pitted and chopped. 1/4 cup oil-packed sun-dried tomatoes drained. 1/4 cup feta cheese, crumbled. 1 tablespoon fresh dill chopped. 1 tablespoon fresh parsley chopped. 1 tablespoon olive oil. Directions: preheat oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Grease a rimmed baking sheet. Rub chicken with a pinch of salt and black pepper. In a large bowl, mix olives, tomatoes, feta cheese, scallion, dill, and parsley. Place chicken breast on cutting board. Stuff chicken breast with olive mixture and roll tightly. Secure each roll with toothpicks. In a skillet, heat oil on medium-high heat. Add chicken breast rolls and cook for about 2 minutes per side. Arrange the chicken breast on prepared baking sheet in a single layer. Bake for about 15 to 20 minutes or until desired doneness. Remove from oven and set aside for about 5 minutes. With a sharp knife, cut into slices and serve. Nutritional information per serving: calories 223, fat 11.5 grams, saturated fat 3.7 grams, carbohydrates 3 grams, fiber 0.8 grams, sugar 0.4 grams, protein 27.3 grams, sodium 278 milligrams. Turkey with peas. Yield 5 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes. Cooking time 40 minutes. Total time 55 minutes. Ingredients: 1 tablespoon olive oil, 1 medium onion chopped, 1/2 teaspoon fresh ginger minced, 4 garlic cloves minced, 1½ teaspoons ground coriander, 1/2 teaspoon ground cumin, 1/2 teaspoon ground turmeric, 1/4 teaspoon ground nutmeg, 2 bay leaves, 1 pound lean ground turkey, 1/2 cup fresh tomatoes chopped, 1 1/2 cups water, 1 cup fresh green peas shelled, pinch of salt, freshly ground black pepper to taste, 1/4 cup fresh cilantro chopped. Directions: in a large pan, heat oil on medium-high heat. Add onion and sauté for about 3 to 4 minutes. Add ginger, garlic cloves, and spices and sauté for about 1 minute. Add turkey and cook for about 5 minutes. Add tomatoes and cook for about 10 minutes. Stir in water and green peas. Cover and cook for about 25 to 30 minutes. Stir in salt and black pepper. Remove from heat when desired doneness. Serve hot, garnishing with cilantro. Nutritional information per serving: calories 196, fat 9.6 grams, saturated fat 2.5 grams, carbohydrates 8.2 grams, fiber 2.4 grams, sugar 3.1 grams, protein 20 grams, sodium 107 milligrams. Tilapia with veggies. Yield 2 servings. Preparation time 20 minutes. Cooking time 25 minutes. Total time 45 minutes. Ingredients: 2 3-ounce tilapia fillets, 1 cup zucchini sliced, 1 cup summer squash sliced, 1 cup tomato sliced, 1 cup red bell pepper seeded and sliced, 1 cup red onion sliced, 2 tablespoons fresh rosemary minced, pinch of salt, freshly ground black pepper to taste, 3 teaspoons olive oil. Directions: preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Grease a large baking dish. Place all ingredients except for oil in a large bowl and toss to coat. Transfer mixture into prepared baking dish. Bake for about 20 to 25 minutes. Transfer mixture to serving plate. Drizzle with oil and serve. Nutritional information per serving: calories 220, fat 8.9 grams, saturated fat 1.7 grams, carbohydrates 19.9 grams, fiber 5.8 grams, sugar 11 grams, protein 19.3 grams, sodium 152 milligrams. Rice and lentil casserole. Yield 6 servings. Preparation time 20 minutes. Cooking time 1 hour 20 minutes. Total time 1 hour 40 minutes. Ingredients: 2½ cups water divided, 1 cup red lentils, 1/2 cup wild rice, 1 teaspoon olive oil, 1 small onion chopped, 3 garlic cloves minced, 1/3 cup zucchini chopped, 1/3 cup carrot peeled and chopped, 1/3 cup celery stalk chopped, 1 fresh tomato chopped, 8-ounce low-sodium tomato sauce, 1 teaspoon ground cumin, 1 teaspoon dried oregano crushed, 1 teaspoon dried basil crushed, freshly ground black pepper to taste. Directions: in a pan, add rice and 1 cup of water and bring to boil on medium heat. Reduce heat to low, cover and simmer for about 20 minutes. Meanwhile, in another pan, add remaining water and lentils and bring to boil on medium heat. Reduce heat to low, cover and simmer for about 15 minutes. Transfer cooked rice and lentils to casserole dish and set aside. Preheat oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. In large skillet, heat oil on medium heat. Add onion and garlic and sauté for about 4 to 5 minutes. Add zucchini, carrots, celery, tomato, and tomato paste and cook for about 4 to 5 minutes. Stir in cumin, herbs, salt, and black pepper and remove from heat. Transfer vegetable mixture into casserole dish with rice and lentils and stir to combine. Bake for about 30 minutes. Nutritional information per serving: calories 192, fat 1.5 grams, saturated fat 0.2 grams, carbohydrates 34.5 grams, fiber 12 grams, sugar 3.9 grams, protein 11.3 grams, sodium 225 milligrams. Chapter 10. Dash Diet Dessert Recipes. Grapefruit Yogurt Bowl. Yield 2 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes. Total time 15 minutes. Ingredients: 1/2 grapefruit, 1 cup strawberries chopped, 1 teaspoon brown sugar, 1 cup fat-free vanilla yogurt, 1/4 cup walnuts, 1/4 cup blueberries. Directions: scoop out the grapefruit segments from the rind and place in a bowl. Add the strawberries and blueberries and combine. Toss the fruit mixture with the brown sugar. Place the yogurt in the hollow grapefruit shell. Spoon the fruit mixture onto the yogurt and sprinkle the top with walnuts. Nutritional information per serving: calories 224, fat 10.6 grams, saturated fat 1.0 grams, carbohydrates 26 grams, fiber 3.9 grams, sugar 21.9 grams, protein 10.2 grams, sodium 97.1 milligrams. Frozen fruity treat. Yield 6 servings. Preparation time 45 minutes. Total time 45 minutes. Ingredients: 14-ounce unsweetened almond milk, 1 cup frozen pineapple chunks thawed, 4 cups frozen banana slices thawed, 2 tablespoons fresh lime juice, pinch of salt. Directions: line glass baking dish with plastic wrap. In a high-speed blender, add all ingredients and pulse until smooth. Transfer a mixture to prepared baking dish and spread evenly. Freeze for about 35 to 40 minutes before serving. Nutritional information per serving: calories 135, fat 1.3 grams, saturated fat 0.2 grams, carbohydrates 32.5 grams, fiber 3.3 grams, sugar 20.9 grams, protein 1.5 grams, sodium 77 milligrams. Ricotta mousse. Yield 2 servings. Preparation time 15 minutes. Total time 15 minutes. Ingredients: 2.5 cups water divided, 1 cup ricotta cheese, 2 teaspoons stevia powder, 2 teaspoons cocoa powder, 1/2 teaspoon pure vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons fresh blackberries. Directions: in large bowl, add all ingredients except for blackberries and beat until well combined. Transfer mousse into 2 serving glasses and refrigerate to chill for about 4 to 6 hours or until completely set. Garnish with blackberries and serve. Nutritional information per serving: calories 182, fat 10.2 grams, saturated fat 6.3 grams, carbohydrates 8.2 grams, fiber 1 gram, sugar 1 gram, protein 14.6 grams, sodium 155 milligrams. Chickpea fudge. Yield 12 servings. Preparation time 20 minutes. Total time 20 minutes. Ingredients: 2 cups chickpeas cooked, 8 medjool dates pitted and chopped, 1/2 cup almond butter, 1/2 cup unsweetened almond milk, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons cocoa powder. Directions: line a large baking dish with parchment paper. In food processor, add all ingredients except for cocoa powder and pulse until well combined. Transfer mixture to large bowl. Stir in cocoa powder. Divide mixture evenly and transfer to prepared baking dish. Smooth surface with a spatula. Refrigerate for about 2 hours or until completely set. Cut into desired size squares and serve. Nutritional information per serving: calories 146, fat 2.7 grams, saturated fat 0.4 grams, carbohydrates 25 grams, fiber 6.6 grams, sugar 7.1 grams, protein 6.9 grams, sodium 16 milligrams. Apple Crisp. Yield 4 servings, preparation time 15 minutes, cooking time 20 minutes, total time 35 minutes. Ingredients: for filling, 2 large Granny Smith apples peeled, cored, and chopped, 2 tablespoons water, 2 tablespoons fresh apple juice, 1/4 teaspoon ground cinnamon. For topping, 1/4 cup quick rolled oats, 1/4 cup unsweetened coconut flakes, 2 tablespoons pecans chopped, 1/2 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 1/4 cup water. Directions: preheat oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Lightly grease baking dish. In a large mixing bowl, place all filling ingredients and mix gently. Transfer mixture to prepared baking dish. In another bowl, mix together all topping ingredients. Evenly spread topping over filling mixture. Bake for about 20 minutes or until topping is golden brown. Nutritional information per serving: calories 194, fat 4.1 grams, saturated fat 1.6 grams, carbohydrates 39.5 grams, fiber 23.8 grams, sugar 2.5 grams, protein 6.9 grams, sodium 9 milligrams. Conclusion: high blood pressure is a silent killer that affects millions of people each year. By now, you've probably realized that a healthy lifestyle and the DASH diet can help you naturally lower blood pressure. I hope this book helps you take control of your health. Finally, I want to thank you for listening to this audiobook. If you enjoyed the book, please take the time to share your thoughts and post a review on the Audible website. It would be greatly appreciated. Best wishes, Angela Gibbs. This has been High Blood Pressure: How to Lower Your Blood Pressure Naturally, written by Angela Gibbs, narrated by Jim Rising, copyright 2018 by Angela Gibbs, production copyright by Insight Health Communications.
Lowering cholesterol. Simple lifestyle changes to lower cholesterol naturally and prevent heart disease. Written by Angela Gibbs. Narrated by Matthias J. Chapter 1. What is high cholesterol? High cholesterol is a silent killer that is not often accompanied by obvious symptoms. High cholesterol puts you at risk for life-threatening diseases, such as a heart attack and stroke. If you have been diagnosed with high cholesterol or have the potential to become its victim due to family history, one thing is certain: you need to arm yourself with knowledge and make changes in your lifestyle. This book will help you achieve those goals. What is high cholesterol? In order to understand high cholesterol, you must first know what cholesterol is. Many people are confused about fat and cholesterol and consider them the same thing. Fat is different from cholesterol. They are two different types of lipids. Cholesterol is a waxy substance found in many common foods that we eat, such as meats and full-fat dairy products. The liver also synthesizes cholesterol and regulates cholesterol levels in the body. Your body needs cholesterol to process other foods and to extract nutrients from it. Cholesterol is also the building structure for many organs, and it is essential for hormones to function properly. That said, your body doesn't need cholesterol in high amounts. In fact, excess amounts can lead to the buildup of plaque in the walls of your arteries, leading to heart disease. Causes of high cholesterol. High cholesterol can occur due to a combination of different factors, like genes. Your genes and family history could determine how your body processes your fat consumption. Familial hypercholesterolemia is a genetic disease that causes very high cholesterol in the blood, leading to early heart disease. If one of your parents has familial hypercholesterolemia, there is a 50% chance that you will have it too. Obesity. Excess body weight increases the risk of high cholesterol. Lack of exercise. Regular exercise and physical activity burn fat and lower cholesterol levels in your body. With a sedentary lifestyle, the chances for high cholesterol go up. Age. Age has a big bearing on the level of cholesterol in the body. Older people have a greater chance for having increased levels of cholesterol. Before menopause, women tend to have a lower level of cholesterol than men of the same age. This is because women are designed to process more fat required for pregnancy and delivery. However, after menopause, the hormone stops secreting, and this changes the way a woman's body processes cholesterol. Too much alcohol. Binge drinking can lead to high cholesterol levels. Alcohol contains calories that will make you gain unwanted weight. Fatty foods. Foods and health go hand in hand. When you consume too many fatty foods, the excess fat from these foods are converted into cholesterol and it remains in the body. Other conditions. High levels of cholesterol can also be caused by some other conditions, such as diabetes, liver disease, kidney disease, polycystic ovary syndrome, and conditions that raise female hormones, such as pregnancy. These are the major causes of cholesterol. If you look closely, you'll notice that many of them are lifestyle factors. If you want to keep cholesterol at bay, you have to change your lifestyle and embrace more healthy habits. How to detect high cholesterol. The only way to know if your cholesterol levels are high is to have a blood test called lip profile or lipid panel. Drawn from your arm, blood sample will be used to measure your cholesterol levels. Your doctor will advise you not to eat and to drink only water for 9 to 12 hours before the test, to make sure that food will not have any effect on the test's outcome. Interpreting blood test results. Your lipid fat profile test will show the levels of low-density lipoprotein, LDL, high-density lipoprotein, HDL, total cholesterol. High levels of LDL, also known as the bad cholesterol, can increase the risk of heart disease, including heart attack and stroke. On the other hand, HDL, known as the good cholesterol, helps remove LDL from the blood and can reduce the risk of heart problems. In the United States, the levels are measured in milligrams per dl, deciliter, while in Canada and most European countries, the cholesterol is measured in mmol, millimoles, per L, liter. So don't be confused about the numbers. The following are general guidelines for cholesterol testing. Total cholesterol. Below 200 milligrams per deciliter or 5.2 millimoles per liter. Desirable. 200 to 239 milligrams per deciliter or 5.2 to 6.2 millimoles per liter. Borderline. 240 milligrams per deciliter and over, or above 6.2 millimoles per liter. High. LDL cholesterol. Less than 100 milligrams per deciliter, or 2.6 millimoles per liter. Optimal. 100 to 129 milligrams per deciliter, 2.6 to 3.3 millimoles per liter. Almost optimal. 130 to 159 milligrams per deciliter, or 3.4 to 4.1 millimoles per liter. Borderline. 160 to 189 milligrams per deciliter, or 4.1 to 4.9 millimoles per liter. High. 190 milligrams per deciliter and over, or over 4.9 millimeters per liter. Very high. HDL cholesterol. Below 40 milligrams per deciliter, or 1 millimole per liter for men. Below 50 milligrams deciliter, or 1.3 millimoles per deciliter for women. Poor and at risk of heart diseases. 50 to 59 milligrams per deciliter, or 1.3 to 1.5 millimoles per liter. Much better. 60 milligrams per deciliter and over, or over 1.5 millimoles per liter. Considered the best and also protective against heart diseases. Diseases related to high cholesterol. High levels of cholesterol in the bloodstream causes the buildup of plaque in the walls of blood vessels. This plaque gradually narrows the lumen of the blood vessels. When the blood flow is interrupted, many life-threatening risks arise, such as coronary heart disease. Over time, the plaque contributes to the hardening of arteries, a condition called atherosclerosis that narrows the coronary arteries. This impedes oxygen and nutrient supply to the heart. The shortage of oxygen and nutrients damages heart muscles and diminishes their capacity to pump blood. In worst-case scenarios, the plaque triggers the formation of blood clots in arteries, and the blood clots completely block the arteries, thus cutting off blood supply to the heart. Without oxygen and nutrients, the heart stops beating, resulting in heart attack and possibly death. Stroke. The cholesterol plaque may also interrupt blood supply to the brain. When the brain does not get enough blood, it becomes oxygen deprived. Your brain cells will be damaged and die, resulting in a stroke. Peripheral vascular disease. When the cholesterol plaque interrupts the blood flow to other parts of the body, such as the arms and legs, it can cause numbness, pain, and maybe tissue death or gangrene. Other complications that have been linked to high cholesterol are high blood pressure, gallstones, type 2 diabetes, and intestinal ischemic syndrome. Chapter 2. Change your lifestyle. The best way to manage cholesterol is to change your lifestyle. Although cholesterol drugs can return the LDL levels to their normal range, most drugs only target the symptoms of the condition and are not designed to address the actual source of high cholesterol or provide a long-term solution. Healthy lifestyle changes can not only improve your cholesterol levels, but your overall health as well. If bad habits are contributing to your cholesterol condition, it is time to take action and make changes. Getting physical. It has been scientifically proven that regular exercise can help us fight many health problems, and high cholesterol is among them. Although researchers have spent many years wondering what the exact connection between physical activity and cholesterol is, today they have a pretty clear picture of that link. Physical activity can stimulate the enzymes that transfer LDL cholesterol to the liver. Physical activity enlarges the size of these protein particles in charge of carrying cholesterol through the bloodstream. Another obvious fact is that physical activity helps you lose weight, and we have already said that being overweight increases the risk of high cholesterol. If you are looking for advice on when to start exercising, what exercises are good for lowering cholesterol, how long you must exercise, and how often, you may come across many different theories. To avoid confusion, here is what you can do. Start small. Unless you are in excellent condition, it is essential for you to start small and slow. Start with a 20-minute daily walk. Every couple of days, increase the length of the walk, as well as the pace. Do this until you are jogging at a medium pace. Keep it entertaining. Many people hate exercising because they find it boring. But it will not be boring if you make it interesting. If you do not like the gym, try different sports. Go to exercise in the park, go swimming, sign up for an aerobic class, etc. Stick to your program. If you want to achieve your goal and lower cholesterol, it is important for you to stick to the program. Do not try to find excuses for skipping the exercise. If the weather does not allow you to go jogging, try the gym. Or maybe do some push-ups and jumping jacks. The important thing is to remain active. Do not overdo it. Do not try to speed up the process by increasing the pace and exhausting yourself. Know that you cannot lower your cholesterol levels overnight. So be patient. Do not take on activities if you are not ready. Instead, try to gradually build up your condition until you get there. All of this sounds great, but what if your busy schedule does not afford you half an hour for working out every day? Try waking up about a half an hour earlier and go jogging first thing in the morning. Turn your usual daily chores into exercise. Vacuuming, dusting, mopping, mowing your lawn, and grocery shopping can all help to keep you active. Take the stairs. Do not wait for the elevator to get to your office. If you can walk, walk to work. If not, get out of the bus or train 1 or 2 stops earlier and do some extra walking. After dinner, dance or play with your kids or the dog. Limit alcohol consumption. You have probably heard that red wine reduces the risk of heart attack. But before you go and refill that glass, let me tell you a thing or two about red wine and alcohol in general, and how they can affect your cholesterol levels. It is true, red wine has some beneficial properties due to antioxidant components, such as resveratrol. Studies have shown that, in a way, red wine can, indeed, limit the atherosclerosis process, and therefore decrease the risk of developing cardiovascular disease. But experts warn that frequent consumption may increase the risk of multiple health conditions. We often hear about the bad effect that alcohol can have on our health in general, but the National Institute of Health, NIH, does not advise complete abstinence. Studies have shown that when consumed in moderation, 1 alcoholic drink daily for women and 2 drinks for men, alcohol can decrease blood clotting and boost HDL cholesterol levels. If consumed more than recommended, however, alcohol will have the opposite effect. It is known that excessive alcohol consumption increases triglyceride levels and LDL cholesterol as well. So you don't have to be the spoil sport on the next get-together with your friends. As long as you switch to water afterward, you can still enjoy a drink or 2. Quit smoking. You would think that all of the campaigns to quit smoking, disturbing images on cigarette packs, and commercials that indicate the risks of smoking would be a warning sign that makes the public quit smoking. But still, there are 46 million smokers in the United States alone. Not many smokers are fully aware of the danger of smoking. Let me first explain to you the connection between smoking and cholesterol, and then you decide whether you should light another cigarette. The University of Wisconsin School of Medicine and Public Health performed a study that showed that those who stopped smoking increased their HDL cholesterol by 5%, which can decrease the risk for many diseases and health complications. Besides this, a relatively short amount of time after quitting, improvements in lipids and lower LDL cholesterol and triglyceride levels can also be seen. When a smoker suddenly quits, the urge does not go away. When the desire is almost unbearable, an easy way to scratch the itch is to eat. That is why some smokers gain a few pounds after quitting. However, studies have shown that despite the weight gain, every cigarette you do not smoke serves to boost your HDL cholesterol levels. The World Health Federation informs that smoking accounts for 10% of all heart disease cases. Toxic chemicals in cigarette smoke, such as nicotine and carbon monoxide, have been shown to accelerate the process of atherosclerosis. Tar, a black, sooty substance found in cigarette smoke, coats the lungs and limits oxygen perfusion in the blood. Secondhand smoke exposes you to the same toxic chemicals as smoking. Non-smokers who live with smokers have a 30% increased risk of developing heart disease. How do you quit smoking for good? You might be tempted to toss away your cigarettes and declare your resolve to quit smoking once and for all. But going cold turkey isn't as easy as it sounds. Many people who try to quit smoking suddenly and without any form of therapy wind up relapsing. Without cigarettes, the body goes through nicotine withdrawal symptoms, which includes headaches, drowsiness, and anxiety. Nicotine gums, patches, and electronic cigarettes may help minimize nicotine withdrawal symptoms. Don't quit smoking all by yourself. Tell your family, friends, and even co-workers about your plan to stop smoking. Their encouragement will help you succeed. One of the common reasons why people smoke is to relieve stress. If you are planning on quitting, you need new ways to deal with stress. Yoga, listening to music, and massage sessions can reduce stress. If you need help quitting, you can call the smoke-free support line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW. Chapter 3. Foods to Avoid. As we are all well aware, an unhealthy diet is often the cause of our health problems. Whether we are talking about those extra pounds that keep us from getting into our favorite pair of jeans, or the clotting in our blood vessels that has sounded the alarm. Foods to avoid. There are certain types of food that can significantly increase your levels of bad cholesterol. Be sure not to include these foods in your meals. Liver. When you have high cholesterol, liver is not a good choice for you. Do not let the fact that it is high in iron fool you. While it may boost your hemoglobin, liver has a tendency to increase your LDL cholesterol. Avoid all other animal organs, such as brain and sweetbreads. Butter. It seems impossible to avoid butter, right? Although butter smells and tastes good, when you are on a quest to lower cholesterol, you may want to banish it from your kitchen. This also applies to other animal fats and oils, such as shortenings. Ghee. Okay, so I can replace the butter with ghee. Not if you want to have your cholesterol levels in check. Ghee is high in saturated fats, which you should avoid as much as you can. Shellfish and shrimp. Although there are many benefits associated with shellfish and shrimp, if you have high cholesterol or heart disease, you should probably skip that seafood risotto you were planning to order. A single ounce of lobster contains over 20 milligrams of cholesterol. Coconut oil. Despite the fact that many nutritionists strongly recommend coconut oil for many conditions such as inflammation, it is high in saturated fats. If you don't want coconut oil to have an impact on your cholesterol, only small amounts of the oil are allowed. It is true that coconut oil raises your HDL cholesterol, but it also raises your LDL. The American Heart Association suggests no more than 1 tablespoon of coconut oil a day. Fried food. You do not have to be a nutritionist to know what fried food does to your health. Besides its crunchy deliciousness, we cannot say anything good about fried food. It is packed with saturated fats and calories, and should not be a part of your diet. For example, by eating onion rings, you will not receive the benefits from the healthy nutrients in the onion. Whole fat dairy. We all know the benefits of dairy products. Vitamins, calcium, minerals, proteins, and many other nutrients that are important for our health. However, whole fat milk and yogurt are high in calories and packed with cholesterol and saturated fats that will elevate your cholesterol levels. Processed meats. Processed meat is one of the first things you should cross off your menu list. Food like bacon, sausages, salami, ham, corned beef, and other processed meat have been linked to many health problems, including heart disease and high cholesterol. They contain about 50% more sodium than unprocessed meat, and you should avoid them at all times. Trans fats. Many studies have shown that trans fats increase levels of LDL, while reducing the levels of HDL in the blood. Trans fats stimulate plaque formation, clogging the arteries and increasing the risk of heart attack and stroke. You can find trans fats in cookies, baked goods, cream pies, and margarine sticks. When shopping for groceries, double-check the trans fat section on the nutrition facts label, and avoid those foods containing partially hydrogenated or hydrogenated vegetable oils. The confusing myth. First of all, let me make something clear. Do not intend to replace or contradict the medical advice or diet opinions that you have received from your doctor. But there is a myth associated with diets for lowering cholesterol. For a very long time, people with high cholesterol were recommended to exclude eggs and red meat from their diets. Although the fact that these foods are high in cholesterol is undeniable, recent studies suggest that you do not have to ban them altogether from your diet. Eggs. Omelet lovers will particularly love what I am about to tell you. According to the Cleveland Clinic, people with high levels of cholesterol should not entirely exclude egg yolks from their diet. Many studies have shown that eggs contain potent antioxidants that can lower the risk of cardiovascular disease and even cancer. The proteins and beneficial nutrients found both in the egg whites and yolk can improve our health. Newer studies have shown that eating eggs in moderation is acceptable for those with high cholesterol, and can be quite beneficial, actually. So instead of putting 3 whole eggs in your omelet, why not beat up 1 full egg and 2 egg whites? Red meat. If you got disappointed after reading that people with high cholesterol should not include red meat in their diets, let me cheer you up. Omitting red meat altogether is not the best approach to lowering cholesterol. It is true that red meat is high in saturated fats and contains cholesterol, but there is always the lean option. Here are the cuts of meat you should ask the butcher to give you. Lean beef. Chuck, loin, and sirloin. Buy ground beef only if it is at least 90% lean. Lean pork. Only tenderloin cuts and loin chops. Lean lamb. Loin, arm, and leg cut only. Never buy prime meat. This label means that it is high in fat. Do not make red meat the star of the meal. Chapter 4. Cholesterol-Lowering Diet Plan. The Mediterranean Diet. To achieve the goals you set in life, it is crucial to be determined, disciplined, and to keep to the path that brings you closer to realizing your goal. A healthy and balanced diet can help you lower cholesterol and improve your health. But how should you choose your diet? People living in Mediterranean countries, such as Greece, Italy, Spain, France, and Turkey, tend to live healthier and longer lives, with a reduced risk of heart disease and chronic illnesses in that region. People have access to higher quality fruits and vegetables, exceptional olive oils, and sources of protein that are good for the heart and body. The Mediterranean diet is an eating plan that is developed from the lifestyle habits of people living in Mediterranean countries. Many people have noticed that their cholesterol counts are more favorable when they follow it. Studies have shown that people who eat according to the Mediterranean diet have a lower incidence of cardiovascular events, such as heart attacks and strokes. Principles of the Mediterranean diet. There is no mystery as to why the Mediterranean diet is so beneficial compared to the average American diet. It's low in sugar, salt, unhealthy fats, and processed foods. There are several important principles of the Mediterranean diet that you need to understand if you're going to have success with it. First principle: plant-based foods are best. Build your meals on fresh, seasonal fruits and vegetables, as well as legumes, nuts, and whole grains. Use herbs and spices liberally too. Each meal should include whatever is seasonally available, such as squash in the fall and tomatoes in the summer. Second principle: oil is better than butter. Fats are okay when you're following the Mediterranean diet, but you have to eat the right kinds of fats. This means trading in your butter or your butter substitute for something natural and heart-healthy, like olive oil. Third principle: smart protein choices. Red meat is consumed on the Mediterranean diet, but not every day. Instead, you should get your protein sources from poultry and fish. Incorporate beef and other types of red meats once or twice a week, but don't make them a daily part of your diet. Eggs and cheese also provide you with good protein options, and they are healthier than red meat. Fourth principle: eat with the season. People in Mediterranean countries want the best food possible, and they know that in order to find the healthiest and best tasting options, they have to eat what is grown locally and seasonally. Educate yourself on what's available in your own area, and start to visit farmers markets. Fifth principle: skip the salt. A lot of Mediterranean food doesn't require salt, because the recipes are full of natural and healthy spices and herbs. Use fresh or dried herbs and spices instead of salt whenever you can. Here's a bonus principle: don't shy away from wine, particularly red wine. It's a staple at every meal in Mediterranean countries, so be sure to have a glass once in a while. Foods to enjoy on the Mediterranean diet. When you're following this eating plan, you'll be eating all of your favorite fruits and vegetables in abundance. Enjoy berries, melon, grapes, apples, and citrus fruits. Experiment with different vegetables and eat as much eggplant, broccoli, cauliflower, spinach, kale, artichokes, green beans, olives, avocados, and tomatoes as you want. Beans are a big part of the Mediterranean diet too. Eat black beans, red beans, white beans, and lima beans. You should also enjoy nuts and seeds. Some excellent snacks that are Mediterranean friendly include almonds, dates, figs, sunflower seeds, and walnuts. High fiber foods such as whole grain bread, brown rice, lentils, and wheat are also encouraged while you're eating on this plan. You should also incorporate oils such as olive oil. It's a great fat to cook with, and you can use extra virgin olive oil to dress your salads and vegetables. Vinegars such as balsamic vinegar are also excellent and do a wonderful job of adding flavor to meats, cheeses, and veggies. Your protein sources should consist of chicken, other poultry, fish, and eggs. Turkey, guinea fowl, shrimp, salmon, cod, and sardines are great tasting foods that also pack a healthy punch. All of your meals will ideally include one protein source and at least one serving each of vegetables and fruits. Foods to avoid on the Mediterranean diet. There is no place in this eating plan for packaged, processed foods or anything containing unnatural ingredients, such as trans fats. You'll have to skip the fast food lines and forget the microwave meals. Sweets such as cookies, cakes, and candies should only be enjoyed in moderation, and not as everyday snacks or desserts. Limit your red meat intake to one serving per week, and avoid butter, salt, and other fats that are unhealthy. The 39 easy and delicious Mediterranean diet recipes in the following chapters will help you make dietary changes, lower cholesterol, and lose weight. Chapter 5: Mediterranean Breakfast Recipes. Breakfast is an important part of your day. So if you've been prone to just grabbing a pastry or skipping the meal altogether, those habits have to stop. Start your day with one of these Mediterranean breakfast recipes that are hearty, nutritious, and delectable. Oats with banana and strawberry. Eating the Mediterranean way means enjoying lots of fresh fruit. There's no cooking involved, just lots of luscious flavors. Makes 10 servings. Ingredients: 3 cups of rolled oats, quarter cup of walnuts, chopped, quarter cup of dates, chopped, quarter cup of shredded coconut, 4 tablespoons of chia seeds, 2 bananas, sliced, 4 strawberries, sliced, 3 cups of almond milk, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Directions: combine all dry ingredients in a bowl. Place the fruit in a food processor and pulse until they liquefy. Then mix the fruit into the dry ingredients. Add the milk and maple syrup and mix everything together. Cover the bowl and refrigerate overnight. Enjoy the breakfast in the morning. If desired, add extra fruit or nuts. Nutritional information per serving: 355 calories, 23.2 grams of fat, 16.4 grams of saturated fat, 35 grams of carbohydrates, 7.5 grams of fiber, 11.1 grams of sugar, 7.3 grams of protein, 13 milligrams of sodium. Multi-grain hot cereal. Makes 8 servings. Ingredients: half cup of pearl barley, half cup of red wheat berries, half cup of brown rice, quarter cup of steel-cut oats, 3 tablespoons of quinoa, quarter teaspoon of kosher salt, 1.5 quarts of water. Directions: add all ingredients to a saucepan. Stir to mix and bring to a boil. Reduce the heat to low and allow to simmer for 45 minutes, giving it an occasional stir. The cereal can be refrigerated and reheated for quick breakfasts or snacks throughout the week. Nutritional information per serving: 118 calories, 1 grams of fat, saturated fat 0 grams, 23.6 grams of carbohydrates, 4.3 grams of fiber, 0.6 grams of sugar, 4.0 grams of protein, 74.6 milligrams of sodium. Carrot bread. Makes 8 servings. Ingredients: 2 cups of almond flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds, half teaspoon of salt, 3 large eggs, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, 3 cups of carrots, peeled and grated, half teaspoon of fresh ginger, peeled and grated finely, and quarter cup of raisins. Directions: preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Line a loaf pan with parchment paper. In a large bowl, add almond flour, baking powder, cumin seeds, and salt and mix well. In another bowl, add the eggs, olive oil, and vinegar and beat until well combined. Add egg mixture to the flour mixture and mix until well combined. Gently fold in carrot, ginger, and raisins. Place the mixture into the prepared loaf pan. Bake for about 1 hour until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. Nutritional information per serving: 253 calories, 19.4 grams of fat, 2.1 grams of saturated fat, 14.8 grams of carbohydrates, 4.6 grams of fiber, 6.0 grams of sugar, 9.1 grams of protein, 268 milligrams of sodium. Walnut muffins. These delicious muffins can be frozen, so you can have them on hand when you're rushed in the morning. Just take one out of the freezer and pop it in the oven. Make 6 servings. Ingredients: 2 cups of quinoa flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, dash of salt, 4 eggs, half cup of honey, 1 banana, mashed, 1 apple, diced or grated, half cup of walnuts, chopped. Directions: preheat oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Insert paper liners into a 12-cup muffin pan. In one bowl, Mix the flour, baking powder, cinnamon, and salt. In another bowl, blend the eggs, honey, and banana. Fold the egg mixture into the flour and stir in the apple and walnuts. Pour the batter equally into the muffin cups. Bake for 30 minutes. Nutritional information per serving: 263 calories, 9.8 grams of fat, 1.3 grams of saturated fat, 40.1 grams of carbohydrates, 3.2 grams of fiber, 28.6 grams of sugar, 8 grams of protein, 74 milligrams of sodium. Toast with avocado. Skip the butter and the jelly and have some toast that's really worth eating, topped with an avocado spread. Makes 4 servings. Ingredients: 4 slices of high fiber, whole grain bread, 2 small avocados, peeled with stone removed, 2 ounces of feta cheese, crumbled, 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of fresh mint, chopped, pepper to taste. Directions: toast your bread in a toaster or broiler. Mash the avocado with a fork until it's smooth. Add the cheese, lemon juice, and mint. Spread the mixture over your toasted bread and garnish with a little black pepper and any extra mint. Nutritional information per serving: 353 calories, 20.4 grams of fat, 5.7 grams of saturated fats, 37.9 grams of carbohydrates, 12.8 grams of fiber, 8.5 grams of sugar, 11.6 grams of protein, 464 milligrams of sodium. Mediterranean couscous. You'll never crave another donut once you've tasted this Mediterranean delight. Makes 4 servings. Ingredients: 3 cups of milk, 1 cinnamon stick, 1.5 cups of uncooked couscous, 1/4 cup of dried apricots, diced, 1/4 cup of dried grapes or cherries, 4 teaspoons of honey, dash of salt, 4 teaspoons of olive oil. Directions: heat the milk in a pan with the cinnamon stick just below the boiling point. Remove the pan from the stove and add the couscous, dried fruit, 2 teaspoons of the honey and salt. Cover the pan and let sit for 15 minutes. Discard the cinnamon stick. Top the couscous with the remaining honey and olive oil. Nutritional information per serving: 415 calories, 8.9 grams of fat, 3 grams of saturated fat, 69.7 grams of carbohydrates, 3.6 grams of fiber, 17.6 grams of sugar, 14.6 grams of protein, 132 milligrams of sodium. Whole wheat pancakes with Greek yogurt. Top these beauties with nuts, berries, yogurt, or syrup. Makes 6 servings. Ingredients: 1 cup of rolled oats, 1/2 cup flour, 1 tablespoon of flax seeds, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, dash of salt, 2 eggs, 2 cups of plain Greek yogurt, 3 tablespoons of honey, 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Directions: place the oats, flour, flax seeds, baking soda, and salt in a food processor and blend well. Add the eggs, yogurt, honey, and 2 tablespoons of oil and blend until the batter is smooth. Allow the batter to sit for 30 minutes. Heat 1/2 tablespoon of oil in a nonstick skillet and add 1/4 cup of batter per pancake. Cook for 2 minutes. Flip the pancakes and cook for another 2 minutes. Repeat until all of the batter has been used. Serve pancakes with topping of choice. Nutritional information per serving: 272 calories, 11.9 grams of fat, 2.5 grams of saturated fats, 33.3 grams of carbohydrates, 3 grams of fiber, 14.6 grams of sugar, 9 grams of protein, 320 milligrams of sodium. Tapioca pancakes. Makes 6 servings. Ingredients: half cup of tapioca flour, half cup of almond flour, half teaspoon of red chili powder, quarter teaspoon of salt, black pepper to taste, 1 cup of coconut milk, half red onion, chopped, quarter teaspoon of fresh ginger, minced, 1 serrano pepper, seeded and minced, half cup of fresh parsley leaves, chopped, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Directions: in a large bowl, mix together flours and spices. Add the coconut milk and mix until well combined. Fold in the onion, ginger, and serrano pepper and cilantro. Lightly grease a large nonstick skillet with oil and heat over medium heat. Add about quarter cup of mixture and tilt the pan to spread it evenly in the skillet. Cook for about 3 to 4 minutes for both sides. Repeat with the remaining mixture. Serve with your desired topping. Nutritional information per serving: 146 calories, 10.1 grams of fat, 1.8 grams of saturated fat, 13.1 grams of carbohydrates, 1.4 grams of fiber, 1.4 grams of sugar, 2.4 grams of protein, 107 milligrams of sodium. Simple smoothie. If you simply cannot imagine eating a breakfast that isn't on the run, this smoothie recipe will keep you mobile as well as fed. Mix up the fruit selections if others are in season. Makes 1 serving. Ingredients: 1 medium banana, 1 cup of strawberries, 1 cup of raspberries, half cup of plain yogurt, 1 tablespoon of honey, and half cup of ice. Directions: mix all of the ingredients into a blender and combine on high until frothy. Nutritional information per serving: 366 calories, 3.1 grams of fat, 1.4 grams of saturated fat, 78.6 grams of carbohydrates, 14 grams of fiber, 52.8 grams of sugar, 10.8 grams of protein, 94 milligrams of sodium. Chapter 6: Mediterranean Lunch Recipes. Lunch shouldn't be complicated. Whether you're at home, work, school, or commuting between them, you want your lunch to be delicious and easy. In Mediterranean countries, lunch is often the most important meal of the day. For the Greeks, Spaniards, and Italians, rushing through the meal or grabbing something to eat in the car would be unimaginable. Lunch is an event. These Mediterranean lunch recipes combine your need for efficiency with the Mediterranean belief that lunch is to be savored. They are also low in calories and extremely high in taste. Pasta and artichoke salad. This salad has a zing that doesn't need any mayonnaise. Makes 4 servings. Ingredients: 8 ounces of spiral pasta, quarter cup of frozen peas, thawed, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 3 teaspoons of olive oil, 1 can of chopped artichoke hearts, 8-ounce mozzarella cheese, diced, 1/3 cup of roasted red bell pepper, chopped. Directions: cook the pasta according to directions. When done, add the peas. Mix the lemon juice and olive oil together in a bowl. Stir in the remaining ingredients. Mix in the pasta and peas. Serve warm or at room temperature. Nutritional information per serving: 435 calories, 14.5 grams of fat, 6.7 grams of saturated fat, 51.4 grams of carbohydrates, 4 grams of fiber, 2.9 grams of sugar, 25.1 grams of protein, 442 milligrams of sodium. Salmon spinach salad. Mediterraneans love spinach and fresh fish. You'll love this salad. Makes 2 servings. Ingredients: 1 6-ounce piece of salmon, cooked and chopped into pieces. 8 ounces of spinach leaves, washed and chopped. 1 clementine orange, peeled with fibers removed. 1/4 cup of red onion, sliced thin. 1/4 cup of walnuts, chopped. 2 ounces of feta cheese, crumbled. 1/4 cup of raisins. 3 tablespoons of olive oil. 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. Directions: toss the spinach leaves with the orange segments, onion, walnuts, cheese, and raisins. Add the salmon pieces and mix together. Cover with olive oil and vinegar. Nutritional information per serving: 57.1 calories, 42.1 grams of fat, 8.6 grams of saturated fat, 27.1 grams of carbohydrates, 5.2 grams of fiber, 16.6 grams of sugar, 28.6 grams of protein, 447 milligrams of sodium. Rice and bean salad. Makes 6 servings. Ingredients: 1 cup of rice, 3/4 cup of sun-dried tomatoes, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 3 cups of baby spinach, 3 garlic cloves, minced, 6 ounces of feta cheese, crumbled, 1 teaspoon of oregano, salt and pepper to taste, 15 ounces of garbanzo beans, drained, 2 tablespoons of toasted pine nuts. Directions: prepare the rice according to package directions and set aside. Soak the sun-dried tomatoes in a cup of boiling water for 30 minutes, then dice. Sauté the spinach and garlic in 1 tablespoon of the olive oil until the spinach is wilted. In a bowl, combine the remaining ingredients except the pine nuts, the rice, and the tomatoes. Spoon the remaining tablespoon of olive oil over the salad and toss. Top with the pine nuts. Nutritional information per serving: 515 calories, 17.3 grams of fat, 5.6 grams of saturated fat, 71.3 grams of carbohydrates, 13.6 grams of fiber, 9.6 grams of sugar, 21.1 grams of protein. Chicken pasta. This chicken dish is brimming with Greek flavor. Healthy, delicious, and easy to prepare. It'll become a staple. Make 6 servings. Ingredients: 1 packaged pasta of your choice, 1/4 cup of onions, diced, 2 garlic cloves, minced, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 pound of boneless chicken pieces, 1 tomato, chopped, 1/2 cup of feta cheese, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of parsley, chopped, salt and pepper to taste. Directions: cook the pasta according to directions. Sauté the onion and garlic in the olive oil for 3 minutes in a skillet over medium-high heat. Add the chicken pieces and cook for 7 to 8 minutes. Lower the heat and add the remaining ingredients, including the pasta. Mix well. Adjust seasoning and serve. Nutritional information per serving: 398 calories, 8.3 grams of fat, 2.3 grams of saturated fat, 55 grams of carbohydrates, 8.3 grams of fiber, 1.2 grams of sugar, 29.9 grams of protein. Chicken soup with orzo. We know chicken soup is the go-to panacea when you're not feeling well. This soup will fill your afternoon with energy. Makes 8 servings. Ingredients: 1.5 pounds of chicken meat, cubed, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of rosemary, 1/4 teaspoon of thyme, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 4 scallions, chopped, 1 garlic clove, minced, 4 cups of chicken broth, 4 cups of water, 5 tablespoons of chopped sun-dried tomatoes, 5 tablespoons of pitted and sliced black olives, 2 cups of orzo, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of chopped parsley. Directions: make a rub with all of the spices and season the chicken cubes. Heat the olive oil in a large pot over medium-high heat and saute the chicken for 3 to 4 minutes. Transfer the chicken to a platter. In the same pot, saute the scallion and garlic for 1 minute. Add the broth, water, sun-dried tomatoes, olives, and return the chicken to the pot. Bring to a boil, then lower the heat to a simmer. Let simmer for approximately 20 minutes. Bring the broth back to a boil and add the orzo. Cook for 15 more minutes. Add the parsley, lemon juice, and stir. Nutritional information per serving: 311 calories, 6.9 grams of fat, 0.5 grams of saturated fat, 34.1 grams of carbohydrates, 1.9 grams of fiber, 3.1 grams of sugar, 25.8 grams of protein, 505 milligrams of sodium. Tomatoes stuffed with cheese and olives. A light and healthy lunch that's meant to be savored. Makes 2 servings. Ingredients: 2 large tomatoes, ½ cup of garlic croutons, 1 ounce of goat cheese, 1/3 cup of Kalamata olives, pitted and chopped, 1½ tablespoon of Italian salad dressing, and 1½ tablespoon of chopped basil. Directions: preheat the broiler horizontally. Cut the tomatoes in half and remove the pulp and seeds. Dice the pulp and transfer to a bowl. Add the remaining ingredients and mix. Spoon the filling into the tomato shells. Transfer to a baking sheet and broil for 5 minutes. Nutritional information per serving: 250 calories, 19.6 grams of fat, 5.8 grams of saturated fat, 14.5 grams of carbohydrates, 3.2 grams of fiber, 8.5 grams of sugar, 6.5 grams of protein, 279 milligrams of sodium. Stuffed zucchini. Make 6 servings. Ingredients: 6 medium zucchinis, halved lengthwise, 2 potatoes, peeled and cubed, 4 teaspoons of olive oil, 2½ cups of onion, chopped, 1 serrano pepper, minced, 2 garlic cloves, minced, 1½ tablespoon of fresh ginger, minced, 2 tablespoons of chickpea flour, 1 teaspoon of ground coriander, 1/4 teaspoon of ground cumin, 1½ cups of frozen green peas, thawed, 2 tablespoons of fresh cilantro, chopped, ½ teaspoon of salt, black pepper to taste. Directions: preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. With the scooper, scoop out the pulp from zucchini halves, leaving about 1/4 inch thick shell. In a shallow roasting pan, arrange the zucchini halves, cut side up, sprinkle the zucchini halves with a little salt. In a pan of boiling water, cook the potatoes for about 2 minutes, drain well and set aside. In a nonstick skillet, heat oil over medium-high heat, add onion, serrano pepper, garlic, and ginger, and saute for 3 minutes. Reduce heat to medium-low. Stir in chickpea flour and spices, and cook for about 5 minutes. Stir in cooked potatoes, green peas, and cilantro, and remove from heat. With a paper towel, pat dry the zucchini halves. Stuff the zucchini halves evenly with the veggie mixture. Lightly grease a baking dish. Arrange the zucchini halves in the baking dish. Bake covered for about 20 minutes. Nutritional information per serving: 150 calories, 3.4 grams of fat, 0.5 grams of saturated fat, 25.2 grams of carbohydrates, 5.8 grams of fiber, 3.1 grams of sugar, 5.0 grams of protein, 240 milligrams of sodium. Bean and farro stew. Makes 5 servings. Ingredients: 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 onion chopped, 2 celery stalks chopped, 3 garlic cloves minced, 3 cups of vegetable broth, 2 cups of water, 2 cups of tomatoes chopped, 1 cup of farro, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 bay leaf, a dash of salt, 5 cups of kale chopped, 1 can of cannellini beans, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, feta cheese. Directions: use a Dutch oven to saute the onion, celery, and garlic in the olive oil for 4 minutes. Pour in the vegetable broth, water, tomatoes, farro, and seasoning, not the lemon juice. Let it come to a boil. Immediately lower the heat and simmer, covered for 20 minutes. Add the kale, then cook for another 10 minutes. Stir in the cannellini beans and cook for 5 minutes. Discard the bay leaf and add the lemon juice. Mix and serve. Nutritional information per serving: 286 calories, 7 grams of fat, 1.1 grams of saturated fat, 42.1 grams of carbohydrates, 12.4 grams of fiber, 4.2 grams of sugar, 16.1 grams of protein, 544 milligrams of sodium. Phyllo spinach pie. Tell the kids it's a pie, and they'll fight to eat spinach. Definitely a win-win. Makes 8 servings. Ingredients for the filling: 1 package of frozen spinach, thawed and drained, ½ cup of parsley, chopped, 1 onion, chopped, 2 garlic cloves, minced, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 4 large eggs, 10 ounces of feta cheese crumbled, 2 teaspoons of dill, dash of black pepper. Ingredients for the crust: 1 package of phyllo dough, thawed, 1 cup of olive oil. Directions: preheat the oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Squeeze any liquid out of the spinach. For the filling, mix all of the filling ingredients well. For the crust, flatten the phyllo and cover them with a damp cloth. Brush a baking dish with olive oil. Place 2 phyllo sheets at the bottom of the baking dish. Sprinkle with olive oil. Keep layering, using 2/3 of the phyllo sheets. Top the phyllo sheets with the filling. Add more layers until you've used all the phyllo. You need to drizzle each layer with olive oil, but be especially generous with the top layer. Bake for 1 hour and cut the pie into squares. Nutritional information per serving: 421 calories, 39.5 grams of fat, 10.3 grams of saturated fat, 9.9 grams of carbohydrates, 1.4 grams of fiber, 2.4 grams of sugar, 10.2 grams of protein, 508 milligrams of sodium. Chapter 7: Mediterranean Snack Recipes. When you're following the Mediterranean diet plan, you don't have to worry about giving up snacks. Mediterraneans who eat naturally and regionally enjoy snacks just like you do. The trick is to stick with the plan's principles and eat what is fresh and good for you. These countries have a climate that provides them with delicious, ripe fruits and vegetables all year long. A lot of snacks also focus on nuts and seeds, which are high in calories, but also excellent for your metabolism and your heart. These Mediterranean snack recipes will give you a series of go-to treats that won't throw you off track. Feta hummus. Store-bought hummus doesn't even come close. Keep this nutty dip handy for when you feel like snacking on cucumbers, carrots, or pita. Makes 12 servings. Ingredients: 1½ cups of dried chickpeas, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 3 garlic cloves diced, ½ cup of tahini, 1/3 cup of lemon juice, adjust for taste, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/3 cup of olive oil, 1/3 cup of feta cheese, crumbled, 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley. Directions. Place the chickpeas in a bowl of water and refrigerate overnight. In a large pot, combine the chickpeas and baking soda and cook for 3 minutes while stirring. Pour in 8 cups of water and bring to a boil. Lower the heat and add the garlic. Let simmer for about 1 hour. Drain all of the water except for 1/4 cup. Place the chickpeas in a bowl filled with water and agitate to help loosen their skins. Use a slotted spoon to discard skins. Drain the chickpeas and place them in a food processor. Puree until smooth. While pureeing, add in the 1/4 cup reserved water, tahini, lemon juice, and salt. Once blended, transfer the hummus to a bowl and refrigerate for 1 hour. When you are ready to use the hummus, adjust the seasoning and drizzle with the oil. Top with the feta and parsley. Nutritional information per serving: 212 calories, 13.4 grams of fat, 2.4 grams of saturated fat, 17.9 grams of carbohydrates, 5.4 grams of fiber, 3.1 grams of sugar, 7.2 grams of protein, 364 milligrams of sodium. Caprese kebabs. Few things are as abundant in the Mediterranean as tomatoes. Put them to good use with this simple snack. Makes 3 servings. Ingredients: 15 grape tomatoes, ½ cup of mozzarella cheese cut into cubes, 3 fresh basil leaves, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, sprinkle of sea salt, black pepper, 3 kebab spears. Directions. Divide the grape tomatoes and the mozzarella cubes into 3 piles. Place a tomato, then a chunk of cheese on each spear until you have used up your ingredients. 1 basil leaf should also go on each kebab. Drizzle with oil and vinegar and sprinkle with salt and pepper. Nutritional information per serving: 165 calories, 6.7 grams of fat, 1.3 grams of saturated fat, 24.2 grams of carbohydrates, 7.4 grams of fiber, 16.2 grams of sugar, 6.8 grams of protein, and 59 milligrams of sodium. Spicy olives. You'll love munching on these spiced olives. Makes 8 servings. Ingredients: 2 teaspoons of coriander seeds, ½ cup of olive oil, 4 pieces of orange zest, 2 teaspoons of diced garlic clove, 2 cups of olives, 1 tablespoon of ouzo. Directions. Crush the coriander seeds with a mortar and pestle. Place them in a small pan and stir while cooking for 1 minute. Add the olive oil and the rest of the spices and stir for another minute. Add the olives and the ouzo and cook until the olives are warmed. Strain the mixture into a bowl. If desired, use some crusty bread to dip in the oil. Nutritional information per serving: 148 calories, 16.2 grams of fat, 2.3 grams of saturated fat, 2.4 grams of carbohydrates, 1.1 grams of fiber, 0 grams of sugar, 0.3 grams of protein, and 293 milligrams of sodium. Roasted eggplant dip. Be sure to get eggplants when they're in season. They make a great healthy snack. Makes 4 servings. Ingredients: 1 eggplant, 1/4 cup of olive oil, ½ cup of feta cheese, ½ cup of red onion diced, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 bell pepper diced, 1 tablespoon of chopped basil, salt and pepper to taste. Directions. Preheat the broiler. The rack should be 6 to 7 inches from the heat. Cover a baking pan with aluminum foil and place the eggplant on top. Broil for about 18 to 20 minutes, turning it 3 times. Let the eggplant cool. Place the lemon juice in a small bowl. Cut the eggplant open and spoon the flesh out. Add flesh to the lemon juice and coat. Pour in the olive oil and stir. Add the remaining ingredients and blend well. Serve with fresh vegetables or pita chips. Nutritional information per serving. Calories 203. 17 grams of fat. 4.7 grams of saturated fat. 11.3 grams of carbohydrates. 4.8 grams of fiber. 6.5 grams of sugar. 4.3 grams of protein. Spiced nuts. If you're someone who needs a crunch with your snacking habit, these hot and tasty nuts will satisfy your craving. Makes 20 servings. Ingredients: 1 cup of almonds, 1 cup of walnuts, 1 cup of cashews, 1 cup of peanuts, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1/2 cup of raisins. Directions: preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. In a bowl, mix all the nuts with the olive oil and the spices. Toss with your hands until everything is coated. Layer the nuts onto a baking sheet and cook in the oven for 20 to 30 minutes. Remove the nuts and allow them to cool for about 5 minutes. Then put them back into the bowl and toss with the raisins. Nutritional information per serving. 164 calories, 13.6 grams of fat, 1.6 grams of saturated fat, 8 grams of carbohydrates, 2 grams of fiber, 3.1 grams of sugar, 5.6 grams of protein, and 3 milligrams of sodium. Fruity nut bars. Makes 24 bars. Ingredients: 1/2 cup of quinoa flour, 1/2 cup of oats, 1/4 cup of flax meal, 1/4 cup of wheat germ, 1/4 cup of chopped almonds, 1/4 cup of dried apricots, 1/4 cup of dried figs, 1/4 cup of honey, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Directions: preheat the oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. In a large bowl, combine all ingredients and mix thoroughly. Spread mixture in a 1/2 inch thick layer in a parchment-lined sheet pan and bake for 20 minutes. Let cool and cut. Nutritional information per bar. 53.8 calories, 1.3 grams of fat, 0.1 grams of saturated fat, 9.7 grams of carbohydrates, 1.4 grams of fiber, 4.7 grams of sugar, 1.4 grams of protein, 1.4 milligrams of sodium. Chapter 8. Mediterranean Dinner Recipes. These healthy Mediterranean dinner recipes will be perfect for a casual weeknight dinner when you're feeding only yourself, or when you have a table full of hungry family and friends to serve. Remember that this eating plan focuses on fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. The protein sources you add to your plate should be low-fat meats like chicken, turkey, and fish, while beef is okay once in a while. You want to limit the amount of red meat you consume overall. These recipes will keep you on track, losing weight and feeling wonderful. Mediterranean baked salmon. This dish combines the goodness of salmon with green salad ingredients. What could be better? Makes 8 servings. Ingredients: 8 salmon fillets, 1/4 cup of olive oil, 4 tomatoes diced, 1/3 cup of feta cheese crumbled, 6 tablespoons of diced red onion, 1 tablespoon of chopped basil, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Directions: preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Brush the salmon with olive oil and place in a baking dish. Top the fillets with the remaining ingredients and bake for 20 minutes. The salmon should be flaky. Nutritional information per serving. 321 calories, 18.8 grams of fat, 3.5 grams of saturated fat, 3.4 grams of carbohydrates, 0.9 grams of fiber, 2.3 grams of sugar, 36.1 grams of protein, 152 milligrams of sodium. Lemon pepper cod with chickpeas. Makes 4 servings. Ingredients: 4 pieces of fresh cod, about 1.5 pounds total. 1 lemon, juiced. 1 lemon, sliced. 1 tablespoon of black pepper. 1 tablespoon of white pepper. 1/4 cup of olive oil plus 1 tablespoon. 1 can of chickpeas, drained and rinsed. 12 ounces of fresh spinach. Directions: preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Place the slices of lemon on the bottom of a baking pan and layer the fish on top of them. Drizzle half of the 1/4 cup olive oil onto the fish and then add the lemon juice. Sprinkle with both peppers and cook until the fish begins to flake, about 15 to 20 minutes. Sauté the spinach in the remaining 1/4 cup of olive oil until it wilts and gets hot. Cook the chickpeas in a small saucepan. When the fish is ready to come out, plate it with the chickpeas and spinach. Cover everything with the remaining olive oil. Nutritional information per serving: 458 calories, 22 grams of fat, 2.9 grams of saturated fat, 40 grams of carbohydrates, 12.2 grams of fiber, 6.5 grams of sugar, 28.4 grams of protein, 81 milligrams of sodium. Pepper tilapia with spinach. Makes 4 servings. Ingredients: 4 tilapia fillets, 8 ounces each. 4 cups of fresh spinach. 1 red onion, sliced. 3 garlic cloves, minced. 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. 3 lemons. 1 tablespoon of ground black pepper. 1 tablespoon of ground white pepper. 1 tablespoon of crushed red pepper. Directions: preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Place the fish in a shallow baking dish and juice 2 of the lemons. Cover the fish in the lemon juice and then sprinkle the 3 types of pepper over the fish. Slice the remaining lemon and cover the fish. Bake in the oven for 20 minutes. While the fish cooks, sauté the garlic and onion in the olive oil. Add the spinach. Serve the fish on top of the spinach. Nutritional information per serving: 323 calories, 11.5 grams of fat, 2.1 grams of saturated fat, 10.3 grams of carbohydrates, 2.6 grams of fiber, 1.1 grams of sugar, 50 grams of protein, 145 milligrams of sodium. Roasted chicken. Cooking all of these ingredients together results in a symphony of subtle flavors. Make 6 servings. Ingredients: 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, ½ teaspoon of salt, ½ teaspoon of thyme, ½ teaspoon of pepper, 2 pounds of chicken, breast cut in pieces, 3/4 cup of white wine, 1 cup of chicken broth, 3/4 cup of red onion, sliced, 1½ pounds small potatoes, halved, 1/3 cup of Kalamata olives, pitted and halved, 1½ cups of tomatoes, diced, ½ cup of banana peppers, chopped, 14 ounces of artichoke hearts, quartered, 2 ounces of Parmesan cheese, grated, 1 tablespoon of chopped basil. Directions: preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Combine 2 tablespoons of the oil, garlic, half the salt, and half the pepper with the potatoes. Bake for 30 minutes. Heat the remaining olive oil in a Dutch oven over medium heat. Season the chicken with the remaining salt and pepper. Sauté the chicken for 5 minutes. To avoid overcrowding the pot, sauté in batches if needed. Set the chicken aside. Add onion to the pot and sauté for 5 minutes. Pour in the wine and bring to a boil. Cook for 2 to 3 minutes to reduce the liquid. Lower the heat and add the broth. chicken, potatoes, and olives. Cook for 3 minutes. Stir in the remaining ingredients, except the cheese, and cook for 5 more minutes. Top with the Parmesan and enjoy. Nutritional information per serving: 316 calories, 12.6 grams of fat, 3.2 grams of saturated fat, 31.3 grams of carbohydrates, 7.6 grams of fiber, 4.6 grams of sugar, 17.2 grams of protein, and 573 milligrams of sodium. Balsamic chicken and beans. Makes 4 servings. Ingredients: 4 skinless, boneless chicken breasts, 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar, 2 garlic cloves, minced, 2 shallots, sliced, 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 1 pound of fresh green beans, trimmed, 2 tablespoons of red pepper flakes. Directions: combine 2 tablespoons of the olive oil with the balsamic vinegar, garlic, and shallots. Pour it over the chicken breasts and refrigerate overnight. The next day, preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Take the chicken out of the marinade and arrange in a shallow baking pan. Discard the rest of the marinade. Bake in the oven for 40 minutes. While the chicken is cooking, bring a large pot of water to a boil. Place the green beans in the water and allow them to cook for 5 minutes and then drain. Heat 1 tablespoon of olive oil in the pot and return the green beans after rinsing them. Toss with red pepper flakes. Nutritional information per serving: 433 calories, 17.4 grams of fat, 3.3 grams of saturated fat, 12.9 grams of carbohydrates, 4.6 grams of fiber, 3.1 grams of sugar, 56.1 grams of protein, 140 milligrams of sodium. Turkey sausage and peppers. Makes 4 servings. Ingredients: 4 turkey sausages, spicy or sweet, 2 red bell peppers, chopped, 2 green bell peppers, chopped, 1 red onion, sliced, 1/4 cup of olive oil, 2 sprigs of fresh rosemary, 1/4 cup of fresh basil, 4 cups of brown rice, cooked. Directions: cook the sausages in the olive oil over medium-high heat until brown. Remove from heat and add the peppers and onions. While the vegetables cook, slice the sausages into pieces. Add it back to the pan and cook everything together for 10 minutes. Serve over rice and sprinkle with rosemary and basil. Nutritional information per serving: 374 calories, 18.1 grams of fat, 3 grams of saturated fat, 46.8 grams of carbohydrates, 4.5 grams of fiber, 7.3 grams of sugar, 10.6 grams of protein, 164 milligrams of sodium. Fruity wheat berry salad. Makes 4 servings. Ingredients for the salad: 2 cups of water, 1 cup of wheat berries, 1 cup of mango, peeled, pitted, and cubed, 1 cup of pineapple, chopped, 1 red bell pepper, seeded and chopped, 2 scallions, chopped, 1/2 cup of fresh mint leaves, chopped, 1/2 cup of cranberries, 1/2 cup of walnuts, toasted and chopped. Ingredients for the dressing: 1 tablespoon of fresh ginger, minced, 1/2 cup of plain 2% Greek yogurt, 3 tablespoons of honey, 1/2 teaspoon of balsamic vinegar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, black pepper to taste. Directions: in a pan, add water and wheat berries and bring to a boil. Cover and simmer for about 35 minutes. Remove from heat and set aside to cool completely. In a large bowl, add wheat berries and remaining ingredients and mix. In a small bowl, add dressing ingredients and beat well. Place dressing over salad mixture and toss to coat well. Serve immediately. Nutritional information per serving. 379 calories, 11.5 grams of fat, 1.3 grams of saturated fat, 66.5 grams of carbohydrates, 10.2 grams of fiber, 26.3 grams of sugar, 22.8 grams of protein, 173 milligrams of sodium. Vegetarian chili. Makes 8 servings. Ingredients: 2 cup of onion, diced. 1 cup of celery, diced. 1 cup of bell pepper, diced. 2 cloves of garlic, minced. 2 tablespoons of water. 2 jalapeno peppers, diced. 4 cups of crushed tomatoes, no salt added. 2 cups of canned pinto beans, drained and rinsed, no salt added. 2 tablespoons of cumin. 1 tablespoon of chipotle pepper. 1 tablespoon of black pepper. 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. 1 tablespoon of oregano. Directions: add onion, celery, bell pepper, and garlic in 2 tablespoons of water in a stock pot over low heat. Cook until onions are translucent. Add the rest of the ingredients. Cover and simmer for 1 to 2 hours, occasionally stirring. If chili becomes too thick, thin it with water, adding small increments of water at a time. Nutritional information per serving: 115 calories, 1.2 grams of fat, 0.2 grams of saturated fat, 22.9 grams of carbohydrates, 6.7 grams of fiber, 0.8 grams of sugar, 5.6 grams of protein, and 27.1 milligrams of sodium. Grilled steak. The Mediterranean diet doesn't include a lot of meat, but when it does, this is the way to do it. Makes 2 servings. Ingredients: 2 steaks, your choice of cut. 1 cup of spinach, chopped. 1 tablespoon of olive oil. 2 tablespoons of red onions, diced. 2 tablespoons of feta cheese, crumbled. 2 tablespoons of panko breadcrumbs. 1 tablespoon of diced sun-dried tomato. Salt and pepper to taste. Directions: preheat grill to a medium-high heat. Use a skillet to saute the onions in the olive oil for 5 minutes. Add the remaining ingredients, except the steaks, and stir for 2 minutes. Take off the stove and let sit. Grill the steaks to desired doneness. Top each steak with the spinach mix. Cook in the broiler until the top turns brown. Nutritional information per serving: 531 calories, 33.2 grams of fat, 12.2 grams of saturated fat, 37.8 grams of carbohydrates, 1.6 grams of fiber, 0.9 grams of sugar, 22.7 grams of protein, 582 milligrams of sodium. Chapter 9. Mediterranean Dessert Recipes. Any good eating plan has to include desserts, even when you're trying to get healthier. Base your desserts around fruits, vegetables, and nuts. These Mediterranean dessert recipes are a good way to get started. Galatopita. This is a simple pudding that makes a perfect weeknight dessert. Makes 10 servings. Ingredients: 4 half cups of milk, 1 cup of semolina flour, half cup of honey, 5 eggs, olive oil cooking spray, dash of vanilla. Directions: preheat oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Whisk the eggs. Place all the ingredients in a pan. Cook the pudding over medium heat while continuously stirring until the custard is thick. Grease a baking pan with cooking spray and pour in the custard. Bake for about an hour. Turn off the heat and let the pudding cool for another 15 minutes. Nutritional information per serving: 198 calories, 4.6 grams of fat, 2.1 grams of saturated fat, 31.7 grams of carbohydrates, 0.7 grams of fiber, 19 grams of sugar, 8.5 grams of protein, 83 milligrams of sodium. Pudding parfait. Makes 4 servings. Ingredients: 1 package Jell-O sugar-free, fat-free instant chocolate pudding, 2 cups of skim milk, half cup of sliced strawberries, 1 banana sliced, half cup of blueberries. Directions: in a large bowl, whisk the instant pudding mix together with cold milk. Once it's combined, cover the pudding and refrigerate. It should set within 30 minutes. Set out 4 dessert cups or bowls. On the bottom of each one, place a few berries, cover with pudding, and then place a layer of bananas in the cups or bowls. Add more pudding, and place a layer of berries. Do this until all the pudding and fruit are evenly divided. Nutritional information per serving: 96 calories, 0.2 grams of fat, 0 grams of saturated fat, 18.8 grams of carbohydrates, 1.8 grams of fiber, 12.3 grams of sugar, 4.6 grams of protein, 143 milligrams of sodium. Fruit and yogurt lasagna. This is a great dessert. And if you have a little bit of fruit and yogurt left over, it also makes a great snack in the middle of the morning when you're not sure you'll make it to lunch. Makes 4 servings. Ingredients: 4 dessert cups, 1 cup of blueberries, 1 cup of strawberries, 1 cup of blackberries, 2 cups of plain Greek yogurt, 1/4 cup of crushed walnuts. Directions: place a scoop of yogurt in each cup. Then create layers of fruit and yogurt. First, do the strawberries and then more yogurt. Then, do the blueberries followed by yogurt and then the blackberries. Top each dessert cup with yogurt and sprinkle with crushed walnuts. Nutritional information per serving: 116 calories, 3.2 grams of fat, 1.4 grams of saturated fat, 14.7 grams of carbohydrates, 3.7 grams of fiber, 10.1 grams of sugar, 8.8 grams of protein, 26 milligrams of sodium. Banana balls. These make a great dessert or snack. They're fast and easy to make, and you get a chocolate snack without overindulging. This isn't an everyday treat, but something you can enjoy while following the Mediterranean eating plan. Makes 8 servings. Ingredients: 3 ripe bananas, half cup of peanut butter, 1/4 cup of dark chocolate chips, 1/4 cup of whole grain oats. Directions: preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Mash the bananas until they're smooth. Stir in the peanut butter, chocolate chips, and oats. Roll into balls and place on a baking sheet. Bake for 20 minutes until the outside starts to brown. Nutritional information per serving: 162 calories, 9.5 grams of fat, 2.4 grams of saturated fat, 17.6 grams of carbohydrates, 2.4 grams of fiber, 9 grams of sugar, 5.1 grams of protein, 75 milligrams of sodium. Chocolate hazelnut baklava. Makes 20 servings. Ingredients for the pastry: 2 cups of hazelnuts, 5 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate chopped, 3 tablespoons of honey, half teaspoon of cinnamon, half pound of phyllo dough, half cup of olive oil. Ingredients for the syrup: 1 cup of sugar, half cup of water, 1/4 cup of honey, 1 1/4 teaspoon of instant espresso coffee, 2 tablespoons of Kahlua liquor. Directions: preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Finely grind the hazelnuts, chocolate, cinnamon, and sugar in a food processor. Set aside. Roll out the phyllo dough and cut into 9 by 9 squares. Place a damp towel over the phyllo dough. Grease a square 9 inches baking pan. Lay a phyllo square in the pan and brush with olive oil. Keep adding 6 more layers of phyllo squares, brushing each layer with the oil. Transfer the ground hazelnut and chocolate mix over the phyllo. Layer and oil the remaining phyllo squares. Using a sharp knife, cut the phyllo into 9 squares. Have each of the squares to create triangles. Bake for 35 minutes and let cool. To make the syrup, place all ingredients except the Kahlua in a pan and bring to a boil. Reduce heat and let simmer until the syrup thickens. Remove from heat and stir in the Kahlua. Pour the hot syrup over the baklava. Let sit for 5 to 6 hours before serving. Nutritional information per serving. 218 calories. 12.4 grams of fat. 2.5 grams of saturated fat. 27.8 grams of carbohydrates. 1.4 grams of fiber. 20.3 grams of sugar. 2.3 grams of protein. 56 milligrams of sodium. Apples with Parmesan. The tartness of the apples pairs nicely with the sharp bite of the Parmesan in this Mediterranean treat. Makes 4 servings. Ingredients: 4 green apples, cored and sliced. 4 ounces of Parmesan cheese, shaved thin. 2 tablespoons of honey. Directions: arrange the apple slices on a plate and cover them with the thin shavings of Parmesan. Drizzle with honey and serve. Nutritional information per serving. 201 calories. 6 grams of fat. 4 grams of saturated fat. 31.4 grams of carbohydrates. 4.9 grams of fiber. 25.4 grams of sugar. 9 grams of protein. 260 milligrams of sodium. Chapter 10. Supplements to consider. There are many supplements for lowering cholesterol on the market. So many that it can be overwhelming when you try to narrow down your choice. However, buying all of the newest and best products will not do the trick. There still hasn't been enough evidence to prove that these supplements are beneficial and will not interfere with other aspects of your health. If you choose to give supplements a try, it is always a good idea to choose natural and scientifically backed up remedies. Always consult with your doctor and seek his or her opinion before taking any supplements. Here is a short list of supplements to consider. Green tea. Drinking green tea is beneficial for people with high cholesterol. Studies have shown that people who regularly consume this beverage can lower their LDL cholesterol levels without interfering with the levels of good HDL cholesterol. Green tea extract can give the same results. Red yeast rice. This Chinese medication, a red yeast fermented on rice, has been traditionally used in Asia as a heart remedy. It contains a compound called monocolin K, which can inhibit the liver's production of cholesterol. Beware, as red yeast rice may bring its own side effects with it. Niacin. This vitamin B, when taken in larger doses, can decrease LDL cholesterol levels by 30% and increase HDL cholesterol. Its common side effects include itching and facial flushing. Plant sterols and stanols. Plant sterols and stanols can help you decrease cholesterol. These compounds, found in almost all plants, can interfere with the absorption of cholesterol. Supplements are also available. Artichoke leaf extract. One study has shown that participants who took artichoke leaf extract supplements for 6 weeks made their cholesterol levels drop by 23%. As promising as this sounds, the study has not been replicated, and further studies have not had such brilliant results. These supplements have some studies backing them up, But that does not mean that you are guaranteed to benefit from them. Consult with your doctor first before buying them. Chapter 11. Home Remedies to Reduce Cholesterol. In this chapter, I would like to share with you some natural and homemade folk remedies that can only serve to contribute to flushing out the bad cholesterol that clogs your arteries. Besides being tried and true, many of these recipes are guaranteed to be grandma approved. Basil and Margosa leaves. Basil and Margosa have antioxidant properties that can boost the process of lowering the cholesterol levels. Drink this healthy beverage once a day to knock down LDL cholesterol. Ingredients: 10 basil leaves, 10 Margosa leaves, 1 glass of water. Directions: combine the leaves in a small bowl. Crush them to a paste-like consistency. Place the paste in a sieve and place the sieve over the glass of water. Squeeze the paste to extract the juice into the water. Stir to combine well. Drink the mixture on an empty stomach. Watermelon seeds. The beneficial compound of lycopene that helps lower bad cholesterol can also be found in watermelon, especially in its seeds. Ingredients: 1 cup of watermelon seeds, 1 glass of water. Directions: place the seeds in direct sunlight. Let them dry for a couple of hours. Roast the seeds. Place the roasted seeds in a grinder and grind them to make powder. Place 1 teaspoon of the powder in the water. Stir well to combine. Drink it once a day. Honey and lime. Honey is known for its many health-improving benefits, and one of them is lowering cholesterol. Citrus fruits have also anti-cholesterol properties. Ingredients: 1 teaspoon of honey, 1 teaspoon of freshly squeezed lime juice, 1 glass of warm water. Directions: add the honey and lime juice to the water. Stir well until the honey is dissolved. Drink it daily on an empty stomach. Coriander seeds. Coriander seeds can also help you reduce high cholesterol levels. Ingredients: 2 tablespoons of coriander seeds, 1 glass of water. Directions: pour the water into a pan. Place it over medium heat. Add the coriander seeds. Bring to a boil. Reduce the heat and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. Strain the mixture through a strainer. Let it cool to room temperature. Drink it 2 to 3 times a day for more favorable results. Garlic and lemon. This amazing recipe can help you clean your blood vessels from the plaque associated with cholesterol. Drink 1/5 cup 3 times a day on an empty stomach for best results. Ingredients: 4 garlic cloves, 4 lemons, 3 quarts of boiling water. Directions: peel the garlic cloves, slice the lemons. Mix them in a blender. Place the ground mixture in a 3-quart jar. Fill the jar with boiling water to the top. Cover it. Let it come to room temperature. Put the jar in the fridge for 3 days. Strain the mixture. Store the beverage in the refrigerator. Indian gooseberry. Indian gooseberry can help you lower concentrations of lipids in your blood. Ingredients: 1 teaspoon of Indian gooseberry powder, 1 glass of warm water. Directions: add the Indian gooseberry to the water. Stir until fully dissolved. Drink it on an empty stomach. Consume this drink regularly, preferably once a day.